so dangerous, so dangerous. YPG is dangerous, dangerous.
Podcast. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman.
Good evening, good evening. This is Aaron Sands coming back. We back for another week.
What's up, everybody? You all already know who it is, but just in case you didn't know, it's the Chief. You know, the Chief that don't run.
Long live the Chief.
Tribal Chief.
Long live the Chief. I ain't had a song up tonight.
Long live the Chief.
Why you gotta make the homie quit like that? Why you have to make him fall in line like that?
Dang, son. Well, welcome to the Primo Podcast. And as y'all notice, DJ Retro is not here at the moment. So we got a guest host. She was on episode 15. She helped us get on in the charts. We appreciate her. She's back on the show. We got Miss Mademoiselle on the show.
Oh my gosh.
Put the camera on real quick.
Welcome back.
Hey, what's going on?
Going on. Good evening.
Yes, welcome back to the Primo Podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me back.
Yeah, last time she had the black girl magnet. Now she got the straight hair going on now, y'all.
Straight hair.
Well,
that's part of the magic.
black girl still got black girl magic. The
You
TLC show.
A black girl straight here.
Yeah,
I'm giving a shout out to TLC with my shirt.
Yeah, TLC. Yeah. All right, so you already know. This is the election. I guess the 2020 election. Hope all y'all did vote. But as of this recording, we still don't have a president. Day 2 and day 3, I think, and we still don't have a president.
It's like they left us on a cliff. It's like they left us on a cliffhanger of like a season finale of America.
Sure, I need the Law and Order theme song. Dum dum.
We gotta find the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
So as of right now, as it's through counting votes in certain states, Biden got 264 and Trump got 214.
Yeah, at this point, it could be anybody's game. It could go either way. So far, it comes down to about 5 states. So
yeah,
it's interesting because if Biden wins the state that seems to be in all the means, which is Nevada, he wins.
Man.
So Nevada, no, that's Nebraska that be giving up half electoral college votes. But if he doesn't win that outright and Trump wins the other states, he wins. Yeah, it's a wrap.
I don't see that.
And that'll be some shit if he just comes back like that, because everybody's expecting him to lose right now. You know what I'm saying?
So,
I mean, everybody here is expecting him to lose.
Yeah.
I'm shocked they got this far.
A huge group of people who's expecting him to win. I still expect him to pull out the win.
You think it's gonna be a win still?
Because here's the thing, if Trump get all the states, if Trump get all the states, he'll be down to 268. He still wouldn't win either way unless he get Nevada.
Exactly.
So,
or if he gets Pennsylvania outright, they're supposed to be revealing their stuff either late tonight or early tomorrow.
Yeah, but as of checking right now,
that homie from the Will, I Love New York.
What you talking about?
Tango.
Tango. He do like Tango though.
Yeah, fucking son. First of all, number 1. All right. Number 2, I had the fresh cut real quick. It was date night last weekend. I had to take Bay out in the town, you know what I'm saying? Show what the city's like. So I had to get the fresh cut real quick,
Yeah, apparently my hair growing back, so I gotta get my hair cut again.
It looks fine.
I'm not blessed to wear like a hat and a bandana in the same scene, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not it.
I didn't have it matching, so I can't find my black hat with the rose on it. I would have wore the shit out of that.
Yeah, and I'll tell you quarantine hair again. but back to this though. But here's the thing though, Georgia is pretty close, because right now Trump is on 49.4 votes for that. Biden's on the same thing, so it could change. That could change colors And Biden could take that.
But
He could have
even
imagine.
Obama didn't get Georgia. Both terms that he ran, he didn't even get Georgia. So don't hold your breath.
Yeah, I know, but you
Like,
never
what's
know. They
your
do.
line of
Georgia,
where you
Georgia,
president?
since that mass exodus from here to Georgia has been happening, that is actually taken
That's true.
that
That's
is
true.
actually taking the swing
Yeah.
on the election results.
That's actually
You gotta
Yeah.
definitely give a big shout out to, I would say, Black women in Atlanta, because for like the past 4 years, they've been doing not only their work but Black men's work too. You know what I'm saying? Because we have, like, I'm not gonna hold you. Every time I see people doing like outreach and people going out to different houses, just trying to get people to register to vote, not even to subscribe to a party, but just to have the opportunity to do so. It was always our sisters out there in the forefront.
Do you think that if Biden had picked the Atlanta mayor, Keisha Lance Bottoms, if he had picked her as his VP, do you think that they would have easily got Georgia? Because I don't know how they even feel about her.
I mean, I don't know much about her, but
because Georgia's still a Bible Belt state at its heart. Even if a bunch of Black people move down there, there's still a bunch of white people who are already there.
And if you look at the map
sorry,
now,
a bunch of white. Yo, this hat.
No, it moves every time he's on the camera.
Who are you, Ray? Who are you, Ray J, son? Like, you have to move every time, son. Like, you gotta get the Ray J hat down, son.
Nah, I'm not doing no Ray J hat. I'm trying. This is a serious episode right here.
Oh my
God! Episode. We got to take it seriously. We can't be worried about hats. This man got a whole bandana and a hat on. Nobody spoke on it.
How come your hat keeps moving every time I see you on camera?
Don't worry about the hat moving. Worry about Atlanta is carrying this situation. Most of the state mainly red.
I mean, yeah.
Yo,
I mean,
Ken,
right now,
do me a quick favor for the viewers. Allow screen sharing. I'm gonna show y'all a few things.
Yeah, shoot, how do I do that?
You got a little arrow next to your share screen button.
Oh yeah. All right.
You hit it? No, you ain't hit it yet.
Yeah. The arrow. Yeah, I see the arrow. I mean, I'm on my phone, so it's different than the laptop. Laptop is easier. Shoot.
This shit is crazy. So we just in the middle of the lesson on. You know what I'm saying? On screen sharing. This is a serious topic. Like,
yeah, that's why I wanted to screen share.
Yeah, okay. No.
I don't think he can't figure it out.
I can't do that right now.
It's like all right.
but let's get to the first one. Like, how do y'all feel about the outcome so far? Like,
well,
how many of you were surprised?
I'm surprised that Trump didn't win outright.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it 100. I actually thought Trump was going to win again. I thought Trump was going to win that.
Not if we didn't have COVID, I think he probably would have won.
I agree. I would have said the same thing.
It's crazy you mention that because you look at the popular vote counts. Joe Biden has like the highest that we ever seen since 1900.
Yeah, I heard.
Right underneath that is Donald Trump.
Yeah.
That's because more people have voted than ever before. So that's a hard measure. Remember, Donald Trump won the last election by losing the popular vote by 3 million votes.
Which still doesn't make no sense to me. I don't get
Shout
it.
out to the
Electoral College.
Maybe I didn't pay attention in government class in high school, but I don't get it.
Yes.
I don't get it. If you win the popular vote, how do you win the electoral vote? Like, because Trump was over here in one of these debates with Biden talk about, that's why I won the election. I'm like, dude, but it wasn't even
word.
Yeah, like nobody really voted for you like that.
All right, so little crash course, right? The way that the government worked, especially when it was first formulated, the Electoral College actually did make it a bit easier because there was no internet, there was no technology to make counting these votes faster, right? So they gave each area a certain amount of electoral colleges, electoral college votes, and then they counted the votes in their areas and decided who got the vote based on the popular vote of that area. it helped to make sure that certain areas wouldn't be left out of their vote. Nowadays, in my opinion, we have the internet. It's completely antiquated. I think it should be a majority wins thing. But at the same time, if it was majority wins, if you've noticed, city populations have the densest amount of people, right? Like if you look at New York's map, New York won, even though the high majority of every county, Biden won New York, even though the high majority of every single county voted Republican. Right? But that's just because New York City has 8 million people in it. And I don't know, Allegheny has like 8,000 people in it.
More like 1 million, but still.
No, 8 million, bro. We got mad people here.
No, and I'm talking about Allegheny County.
No, not the county.
That's why I always say if it wasn't for New York City, I think New York would be kind of a red state, because if you've ever gone upstate, that's Trump country. People will put that on their lawn. Trump for president. It's
a whole fact. I've seen neighbors out here have, Trump wear the whole lawn situation covered with Trump gear and everything like that. It's like real nauseating to me. I'm sorry.
Look how they just blocked the bridges. People from New Jersey and New York, and no cops even came for them, by the way.
Exactly. And I go past that bridge every morning, for work and everything. And I'm thinking like, all right, this is a state where, maybe it's just us in the city, but we're pretty liberal. We have a little more leeway to do certain things, But then when I see shit like that, it's like, it's tough, because I'm like, damn, we come so far to just go back to this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Or it just tells you that New York is not what you thought it was.
Facts.
No,
at least the state.
I want us to do this, right? Because everybody is doing the mistake that's going to lead to further divisiveness in this silly ass country, right? What's some moving like Ricky?
Oh my God.
I'm trying to do the Osmosis Jones. I ain't gonna fucking told you. They was trying to hit the Osmosis Jones on top of his head because he's a germ and shit. You feel me? So
what I'm trying to say is, like, everybody, listen, if you think Trump is going to do better for your country, it does not automatically make you a misogynistic racist. It doesn't make you a misogynistic racist, Islamophobic, or whatever.
It makes
just like if you vote for Biden, it doesn't automatically make you a baby killing, hippie, drug smoking, party addict, demon monster. Right? Everybody's these are literal names I've heard each side call each side.
Yeah, that's
right.
True.
And that's the main problem. Everybody's just calling each other names and not understanding. Like, at the end of the day, right? Everybody who took their time to get up and stand in the line or put in an absentee vote, they want one thing. They want the country to run in a way where it doesn't screw everybody over. Right?
Yeah.
That's what everybody genuinely wants. Now, some people are more afraid of baby killing party animal hippies, and some people are more afraid of racist, homophobic, misogynistic, patriarchal, old school patriarchal ways. Right? But at the end of the day, neither of that is what we're voting for. Because let me tell you guys a little secret. Y'all ready? Come on, lean in. I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret.
If y'all watching the YouTube version, yeah. Lean in, y'all. Lean in.
Yeah.
No, lean into your Spotify. Right?
Sorry.
I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret, right? No matter who you vote for, you're getting the same bullshit.
Pretty much.
Because even now, you look at it, right?
Basically, this election pretty much who we voting the least, who go school over the least,
or at least who we don't like the least.
Who you like the least? Because they both gonna fuck you over.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you real quick. If Bernie was running the same race, probably would have won. but it would have turned out the same exact way. I'm
Nah.
sorry.
Speaking of, hold on.
Because even though we think the things he stand for is something that we would fuck with, doesn't mean the people in Kansas would.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean the people in North
Latinos
Dakota
would
would.
never go for that. That's why they voted for Trump. They're afraid of socialism.
Yeah.
That's why he got Florida.
Socialism isn't like
a
good
Russian thing. It's not Russian.
It's the association to Fidel Castro that they're afraid of.
Yeah. Yo, but you know what's crazy? You mentioned Bernie.
Yeah.
You know, Bernie was on Jimmy Fallon, and he was telling about the election. He was saying that everything that happened right now, he predicted it. Basically, everything that happened right now, he pretty much predicted the whole thing.
He damn sure did.
I did
He said
too.
it on the show.
Other than how tight this race was going to be, you could see this if you were blind with your back turned to it. As long as you were paying some modicum of attention.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go front. This race is very, very tight. So I got a question for y'all.
Wait. Real quick, because this part I do know from government class. The reality is, because Rondell, I think it was Rondell who was like, no, what am I saying? It was Alvin.
Shout out to Zoom users.
I could have said that shit.
It was Alvin who wanted to tell us the secret. Okay. The reality is, it ain't gonna matter either way for Black people, because the reality is nobody's paying attention to how they keep telling us a lot of these people in the Senate are Republican. Do you remember that? They kept saying how a lot of Republicans won the election for Senate. Who controls, do you remember Schoolhouse Rock, right? The one with the bill. And you learn how a bill becomes a law. Listen, you could have Biden, you could have Trump, you could have Barney be president. But if he come to the Senate with a bill and you got a house full of Republicans who's like, nah, we're not passing that, then it doesn't matter what they promise you. So people, specifically Black rappers, who want to endorse Trump because of his, what's the name of the
platinum plan.
That plastic plan.
Platinum plan.
Yes, all this money of Black people.
Platinum plan. With the figures. The figures.
Take that allegedly, even though we know he's lying. He allegedly will take it to the Senate. Senate full of Republicans like, nah, we're not passing that. Then whatever he promised you, you're not getting. Even if Biden does do his tax cut plan or tax hike where he's making the rich pay more money, that's not gonna go through with Republicans either. So it doesn't even matter. It's what happens in the Senate, but people don't want to vote for their senators.
Exactly. Yeah.
First of all,
in the last
episode, listen, you know how people are. People only move when they're entertained. The presidential race is entertained and it's been plastered all over everything, you know, and you're not even getting information half the time. You're just getting sound bites, entertaining ass sound bites.
For election day, 30 times a day.
5 days before election day.
With Joe Biden, right? With the presidential debate. The biggest news I got out of the presidential debate was Joe Biden telling Trump to shut up, and Trump pulling the, you know, your last living kid, you know, on drugs card.
That's fucking fire, yo.
All of that is cool.
And he
Shows character. I don't care though, right? I don't care if your kid's on drugs. I can look outside and see drug addicts. What are we gonna do about the country?
Facts.
Not
a gotta get Jadena in here. He told me he could run the whole country.
And
I don't think he was talking about that.
From 2016. So apparently nothing, you know?
Yeah,
it's gonna
pretty
be
much.
12. And then people want to blame Obama for not doing shit. And I'm like, I could tell niggas they didn't get like above a 70 in social studies. Yo, there's a whole Senate that says no.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what?
Exactly.
Hold on. I got something to say about that.
Uh-oh.
What?
I have something to say about that.
What up?
Because I feel like Riley and Grandpa in that episode where Obama got inaugurated and they was outside the gate getting electrocuted by the cops.
Yeah.
right? I feel like that when it comes to Mr. Barack Obama, because of all the stuff that he couldn't do, I get it. But all the stuff that he did promise he wanted to, that he did promise to do, like literally, most of that didn't get done.
Oh my God, bro.
And we can talk about the Senate.
Hey.
We could blame the Senate. Hold on. We could talk about the Senate. We could blame the Senate. But I want to get down to grassroots about it, right? Because I know politics is a game. And Trump is probably willing to play more dirty than Barack Obama is. That's why,
really dirty.
like,
really
if you
dirty.
see some of these fucking politicians, when they look at Trump, they start looking stupid. Remember how bad Chris Christie looked, and Trump was just shitting on him, and he was just sitting there taking it like this.
You look at Christie's like, yo, you trash. And then we saw Trump, and he was like, yo, you might be trash.
Like I don't know what Donald Trump had on Chris Christie, but whatever it was, that man could talk to this man in public any sort of way and still have his backing. So I know Trump is willing to play that game to get whatever he say going to get done. And we know that because a lot of the little bullshit that he said he wanted to get done, even if he circumvented normal fucking law to do it, he did that shit.
Bro, yeah, got the first 2 years of that shit with old Congress in his pocket. He had the Department of Justice in his pocket.
This nigga wasn't even going to Congress.
That's shit done when you got damn near all of Washington and the best lawyers in the country in your pocket. I could get some shit done with that. I could do a lot of shit with that.
Well, shit. Listen. You can either make money or make excuses. You want to get some shit done?
Cheat. The fuck are you talking about?
Fuck at this point, nigga.
He tried to cheat now. So he tried to cheat now. He tried to go to each state that not vote for him and tell him to recount, knowing he lost.
Listen to me. At this point,
2020.
What does it matter? Think about this, right? Because black people just stand for Democrats really, really hard, right?
That's not true. Don't even
That's
do that.
a lie.
That's not true, my black ass. Go look at the election results.
I look at the results right now.
Go look at the results right now.
Are black people not
Here's
mostly
how bad.
conservative? Are
Here's
black
how
people
bad.
mostly conservative? You think black people caping for gay rights and abortion and all that? You know
They
that.
caping for Democratic money. They don't give a fuck about gay rights.
Republicans are racist. They don't give us much of a choice.
Exactly.
Republicans
That's why I'm with
are Republicans. Republicans are classist more than racist.
But here's my thing. If the Democrats are so bad, right, why won't the Republicans try to do something that make it better so that way it can be like, all right, well, we're not like this because
that's the
here's
thing.
a better reason.
You're telling me that they're bad. I'm telling you that they're ineffective. I ain't say they're bad. They're ineffective, especially for black people. We've had two Democratic presidents over the last 25 years, 8-year terms each, right? So 16 of the last 25 years, not the last 25 years, 16 of the last 30 years, we've had Democratic presidents. That's a fact, right? And in the 90s, the country had the greatest surplus in American history as far as its deficit. It had the greatest surplus in American history. That means that this country had the most money over its budget that it ever had before in the history of this country. Black people were still doing bad.
Hold on.
Fast forward.
With the coronavirus right now, Nancy Pelosi said herself, the Democrats, when's the last time you got a stimulus check? This was like what?
The last time we got a stimulus check. This is the first time we've ever been in a situation to get a stimulus check.
When did we get we got a stimulus check? I think it was it April? It was
they
April.
gave us a stimulus check for $1,200, and they gave us the
$600
pandemic unemployment assistance with $600 every single week.
What did the Republicans say? They said they didn't want poor people to think that they're not poor anymore and that they could get free money. They said that the people who are getting unemployment were going to deny going back to work so they can get free money. That's why they took the $600 off. They didn't want people to be lazy.
That's basic economics, actually.
She said that they have gone to the Republicans many times with a plan for another stimulus check. How many times were we told that, oh, another plan is in effect? for a stimulus check? Did we ever get that check? No, we didn't, because Republicans said no to every plan that they had. They don't want to put money in your pockets.
Magna, I'll do you one better. Let's take Obamacare, for example. They've been trying to get that shit forever, but he has yet to come up with a plan to do anything to replace it.
Yeah,
Granted,
there's been no health plan. There's been no health plan.
That's why they left it alone. The other thing is, if you don't have Obamacare, you get a tax penalty, right? Like a $900 tax penalty.
No, not now.
Yes, you do. If you do not have it,
no, you don't.
Yes,
away in
you
2017.
do. Trump took that away.
No, you don't.
Yeah, Trump took that away. Yeah, Trump he cut
Trump
it
took that away. Barack Obama was catching that ass. So you're not going to try to convince me that Democrats want us to have all this money. Fuck that. All right.
I'm not.
So they wanted to give us stimulus checks. You know why they wanted to give us a stimulus check, Magna?
For rich people.
You know why they wanted to give us stimulus checks, Magna?
Put back into the economy, of course.
Yep.
Election year, of course. You can't tell me any different. When we had the most money as a country that we ever did have, nothing changed for Black people.
Hold up. You
that we're still trying to look for. That's where all the money went. Y'all forgot about the 10-year war that's in Afghanistan that took down the towers a block from where I work at?
Yeah, that happened, but that was after the fact. We had this surplus in 97.
Where the weapons at, bro?
We had this surplus in 97. The walls didn't come down to 2000. Them buildings didn't come down to 2001. Don't tell me about
where
that.
do you think that money went, though? Can you tell me where a better place for that money went?
4 years, and that was a whole different incident. What was happening during those 4 years? I'll tell you what was happening during those 4 years. Mr. Super Predators over there was still putting away Black people at a higher rate than anybody else before and for longer because of smaller crimes.
Who, Biden? You talking about Biden?
Bro, you're not answering.
No, that was Bill Clinton. Biden helped that law, though.
Why did you lose it after 2001? Where did that money go? Nobody's answering. Nobody knows the answer to that, though. And
where did that money go? It didn't come to us. That's all I know. I don't give a fuck where it went. We know it's gone. It didn't come to help us.
I get that. We both know it's gone, but you're saying we had the greatest surplus ever in 1997, right? And right now, we are broke as shit. And even though we've been broke as shit as a people, and I understand that, I'm talking about the surplus of that we're bringing up. So I'm like, well, shit, there was a 16-year war, 2001 and about 2016, 17-ish. It might still be going on, might not.
By 2004. So we've been in a deficit this deep since 2004, and it's only been getting deeper, which means it only took 7 years for that money to go away. Right? In that time, that first 4 years where that money could have been used to, I don't know, help everybody kind of get up a level, it wasn't, because that's not the point of what we do here as a country. Right? You could tell me about, let's bring it back now. Nancy Pelosi want to put more money in our pockets. No, Nancy Pelosi want to make sure Democrats get reelected. Here's the thing, Democrats usually cape for things like this. Republican usually cape for things like anti-taxes, right? Big government versus small government, right? More free enterprise versus more what's the thing? Socialism / communism a little bit. Communism, socialism, not bad words. They're ways to run a country. They're just not the way this country runs, right? As a country, and the leader of the free world to make this country the top country in the world, you need a decent balance of both. So no, I don't fully agree with just giving people a whole bunch of money every week if they can go to work. They're not going to go to work. That was the problem. That's the problem in Russia.
I'm not saying that, because there were people who were trying to get out of going to work because they were getting unemployment, and
but
we
that's
know
what I'm saying.
Get all the fraud, but that's not what I'm saying. You have to think about the context. We're talking about a pandemic, and most people are on unemployment insurance. That's not how a country's supposed to go. So yes, in a time
unemployment insurance didn't wash up, just the extra money washed up. So people to this day, they actually double extended unemployment benefits twice. So You got the hold on. You got the original 26 weeks that was already given to unemployed people. Then you got an extra extended benefit, and then you're gonna get an extra 13 weeks after that,
And as they
which will cover you
should,
for which will cover you for an entire year.
and as they should. They've been.
And I'm
Listen,
not saying they shouldn't, because that's what
global
unemployment insurance is for, right? What I am not saying is like, here's the deal. Most people are poor. Most people make poor people money, right? If you make $40,000, $50,000 a year, I'm gonna break some news to you. You're poor, right?
Yep,
That's the news. You're not doing great, right?
it's not a lie.
Here's the deal though. If I give you unemployment and an extra $600, most people were getting $1,000 a week.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
That
true.
was enough to sustain a literal $50,000 household.
Yeah.
You nigga, if you think I'm going back to work at whatever fuck place I was working at that was pissing me off every single day, and I got the same money from sitting home,
yeah,
I'm not doing it.
There's a time limit on that shit too. It wasn't like it was gonna be the end all be all. That shit was gonna only last for a summer.
Yeah,
Exactly,
but that was her argument though. It should have been longer because Nancy
I
Pelosi
didn't actually
and
say
all those
that.
demos was coming to try to
I
make it longer, and the Republicans was giving them a dark.
didn't say that. I'm saying their reasoning behind it was very Republican. I didn't expect it to last forever. Who's gonna go back to work? That was more than I made.
I went back to work. It was
I
600.
went back to work. You know, I'm not lazy, but that's not what I was saying. I'm talking about the Republicans always looking out for Republicans, which is basically synonymous with rich white men. Everything they've done has always been in their benefit. Now, you talking about a surplus that we had and how we've had a deficit. Here's a question. If all these years we had actually taxed the rich properly, because they got a shit ton of money that they don't need. If we had taxed them the way we should have taxed them, wouldn't the money come out of that? Because the money for the country, it comes out of taxes, right? So you'd rather tax a lot for people who are barely making anything instead of people who own private jets. You need to tell me in what fucking world is a person with a private jet, how does that make sense when there are people who are literally going to a pantry to get food to eat?
Preach,
and what is that balance?
No, preach. Preach.
Like,
I'm gonna break it down real quick.
And
Hold on. Let her finish her point, because I want to make sure I hear the whole thing. Because I'm gonna break that ass down. Come on.
When you got someone like 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, all these rappers, and just so you know, black male rappers are selfish, okay? Because there's a lot of these female black rappers, they're doing it, okay? They're contributing way more to society than these selfish ass men, okay? You want us to endorse a man who is diabolical just so that you can buy a G6? Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Get the fuck out of here, because there are too many people that literally have to stand online to get food for their families. We don't make, 100 million he has? Get the fuck out of here. See, the problem with rich people is that they're greedy, and that's exactly why people believe in socialism and communism. Those are not bad words, okay? There were leaders who were murderers that were communists, but that doesn't necessarily mean that communism is such a bad thing. It just means that everybody shares what the fuck they have, but rich people don't want to share. I remember earlier when this thing started, they said we're all in this together, and now what are they doing? They're having these private parties like Cardi B out in Vegas, doing this lavish thing. Kim Kardashian is getting her own private island. Meanwhile, there are still people who's not working. Okay, that's exactly why they vote for Trump. They're scared. A lot of Americans are migrant workers. They're farmers. That's how they make their money. But people don't understand that shit because they're selfish. Say what you wanted to say. Go ahead, I'm done.
No, I needed you to say all of that. I need you to get it. She done took a shot too. I need her to get all that out though. Now watch this. Watch this. Listen to me.
Back, Mademoiselle G. Louise.
No. I need her to get all that out. Get it all out.
Okay.
Watch this.
Here come the chief. Here come the chief, y'all.
Because watch this.
Long live the chief.
It is 100% unfair to put the burden of taking care of everybody in this country on somebody or some set of people who worked hard to get what they want. This country is operated on the free enterprise system. It was born of it, it was operated on it, right? Which means two things. One thing, well, let's put the ball in your court, Mag, right? How do you feel? You work, right? You work for a living for somebody, right? Some company. You got a W-2 that comes in every year, right? And on those paychecks, without your permission, without you ever saying, yeah, I'm down with this. Yeah, I'm down with that. Yeah, I care about this. No, I don't care about that. You automatically get almost 35% of your paycheck snatched away from you every single week, right or wrong?
Right.
Right. How do you feel about it?
I don't think that is the same because
No. How do you feel about it? Don't try to get to the essence of my answer. Just tell me how you feel about it.
About what?
How you feel about 35% of your paycheck coming out of your paycheck without you giving anybody anywhere any permission to do that?
Is my paycheck every week? Is it $250,000?
No. You're not answering my question.
Yes.
All right, Rondell, how do you feel about it? I know you work too. I need somebody that's going to answer. That's going to answer the question.
That is literally not the same.
No.
That's a moot point. What you're getting at?
It's not a moot point. It makes a lot of sense if you think about it. But hold on.
About rich people.
Pause real quick.
That's nonsense.
It's not nonsense.
No, that's exactly why your bandana is red and white. Okay, MAGA, whatever.
I'm gonna tell you where it is.
Right?
I'm
not MAGA.
You do have the red bandana one.
Rep for MAGA?
I was trying to answer.
I'm repping the Bloods. Y'all bugging. Bloods never tax nobody.
They're
OG Blood for president.
Secret love for Republican.
Shot, boy.
And the hat red too. God,
hat is burgundy. It's like brown. It says Brown Sugar University. Shout out to them Black-owned business for women and stuff. Let's support that.
Oh man. But you do got the red bandana on, so you come close.
You need one that says "Make America Brown Again," but okay.
Nah, listen,
that's what it is, baby.
Used to be brown.
No, answer my question. Answer my question. How do you feel about this money coming out of your paycheck? I don't want to think about don't tell me about the hypotheticals about all that other stuff. I want one question answered. How do you feel about all that money coming out your paycheck without you giving anybody any permission ever?
All right. I'm assuming that this is not a yes or no question, so I'm gonna start with this. Yeah, I feel it's unfair, but at the same time, I know where my taxes are going. My taxes are going to schools. It's going to help my streets get better. My streets get better. It helps getting Meals on Wheels right. All right. I got a grandma at home. You feel me? So I understand where that shit goes. You feel me? Me understanding where these things go and the fact that rich people don't pay little to none of that pisses me off. And that's what we're talking about. Because we keep talking about taxes. We conveniently forget what these taxes do. Now, if you don't see how these taxes affect you, then that's one thing. But these taxes do go to these things. It goes to these schools. You know what I'm saying? Schools, the way schools are now, I wish it was like that when I was going. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could go from freshman year of high school to associate's degree in the same damn school. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Let me stop you there, Mr. Schools. Your damn income taxes do not go to schools. The property taxes of the area you live in go to schools, which means the homeowners in that area determine how your school looks. So we all went to the same school, the same high school. We know how that area looks, and we also know how that damn school ran, right or wrong. All right.
But the
all right.
That I mentioned,
now, who escapes property taxes? Not nobody. There's reasons why our school is underfunded that is directly rooted in systemic racism. That's not this conversation. This conversation is, should the rich people pay for everything? because they don't pay for
As they
nothing.
should,
They don't pay. They don't.
Should rich
though.
people pay taxes?
but
Yes.
they
Do rich
should.
people pay taxes? Yes. See,
Wait.
here's the thing. Let me put y'all on, right?
Well, they do.
Let me put y'all on. Here's a couple things that go on. One thing, how does one become rich? Did somebody fall out of the sky and give rich person a bunch of money?
Capitalism.
Or somebody's old ass
Yeah,
grandfather died and
capitalism.
left some.
Yeah, but your grandfather also got rich from capitalism. So the answer is capitalism.
The
And
answer
then
is
their
always
grandfathers got rich
capitalism.
off.
Yeah, that's
Someone
how
has
you
to
get rich.
bring
You
it back
take
for you to be
advantage
rich.
of this country built upon it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you another thing.
Sure.
Capitalism is the reason why we had a Madam C.J. Walker.
Yes. There's black capitalism too.
Wait, black capitalism ain't colored. Capitalism is one color,
But there's
green.
It is.
Black capitalism.
pseudo.
But I'm telling you, like
I
my question is, if my thing is, if there was no capitalism, like you see how we're able to kind of the stage we are in black progression in America. You know how like there's nobody right now at this very moment trying to stab you for living in Poughkeepsie. That wouldn't have happened 20 years ago. There'd be somebody at your door right now calling you a nigga.
I usually compare for those, but you know,
I know,
had
I
to.
get it, but you know it's a
Man,
fact,
like,
right? The reason
that
is
could be a. You know what I'm saying?
some black people got some money because they took advantage of capitalism, right? The first black millionaires, they got it out the mud by cutting hair, right? Some of the first black millionaires, hairdressers, hairstylists, hair on product sellers, salesmen, salespeople, capitalists, all got it out the mud so that we can live the way we live, right? You don't want capitalism. I guess go somewhere where there's not capitalism because that's not on the table today.
I don't have a problem with capitalism until disproportion starts to get involved.
No, that's
Look,
the basis
look,
of
it's
it.
not
If
like
I work harder than you, to go get mines out the mud,
how do you know you work harder than someone?
because
I think
the
there are people
results
who
show
work really hard.
if somebody went out there and they worked hard enough that they paid for the lives of 5 or 6 generations of people, they definitely work harder than a few people.
Nonsense.
Right or
That's
wrong.
nonsense.
They went out there and they did it.
You can't
Right? You can't tell me.
Y'all
Y'all not going to tell me.
Come on, son.
You're not going to tell me that.
in pace.
Y'all don't know what it takes.
Not every business is the same. You could even be in network marketing and make $1 million a year. There are many like that, but they're barely doing any work. But that does not mean that they built their company or whichever company it is. They did not all work out the same way, especially if you got your business through having, family members who passed on a business to you. That's just
that's a bad thing. So if you had a business and you had a kid, you're not giving it to your kid?
Someone like a Jared Kushner has money because he inherited it, but you can't talk down to people who don't make what you make because you're saying they're lazy.
I'm not saying they're lazy. I'm saying that they had a reason that they didn't get it, the same.
He said
but
that.
Nobody stopped them from getting it.
It's funny that you mentioned that. Jared Kushner came out and said that about black people, how
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
I didn't mention Jared Kushner. I don't know enough about him to mention him.
He made a comment about how black people are basically lazy because he said that Trump can't make black people want more for themselves than he does. And you're basically saying black people don't have anything because we're lazy. No, it's because
I said
of
people.
racism.
I didn't say black. You keep adding black.
I'm not saying Jared Kushner.
So I'm sorry. I just need to make sure that everybody know where my conversation is.
I know.
No. We get what you're trying to say, son. We get what you're trying to say, yo.
Here's my thing, though. You can't say that's hard work if it's inherited. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like, you can't inherit 3 million and then go out on these streets and talk about, I worked hard for this money. I worked hard to get where I'm at. When you got that shit down,
I'm not saying that.
Like
I'm saying that somebody did work hard for that money. Especially if we're black. Because if we black, we really have to get it out the mud and the sticks over and over again. What I'm saying is, like, just because you mad at somebody because their grandfather left them business? Because their
I'm not.
grandfather went out. You know what it takes to sell somebody some shit, right? I'm gonna give you an in-depth look into how hard it is to be an entrepreneur, one, but a successful entrepreneur too.
Okay, but here it is. I'm
Right?
not mad they're being. I'm not mad that they're inheriting business. I'm mad that you inherit a business and then you going out on these streets claiming that you worked hard for it when you didn't.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Exactly.
That's where
Well,
I'm at.
you know, a business has to be
Splitting
sustained,
hairs.
right? If the business don't die, that means somebody's still working at her.
Because your moms didn't swallow you. You feel me?
That's fine. But I'm still saying, if you go out here and you work hard and you set up a business for your kid and your kid maintains that business, it is what it is. You know what? Here's the thing. You know what? Hold on.
All you gotta do is delegate. You ain't
Wait,
doing
hold on.
delegate.
Delegation. Hold on.
I do that shit every day.
You know what? Because I see where we're kind of getting off track here, right? Because we're focused on how hard you work.
You're talking about hard work.
I just realized. I remember. Doesn't fucking matter. Are you doing work that's going to make you money? Like, make you the money that you need to survive, make you the money that you need. Is it gonna work for you?
Is not being swallowed by your moms before you got conceived hard work. If that's hard work you're talking about, then yeah, inherited people can walk on the street and say I worked hard because, like I said the past couple of times, they moms just didn't swallow them.
If those inheriting people aren't broke after a few years of being in control of whatever money, then they're doing something right.
But just
I'm not saying they're doing something that's hard working. I'm saying they're doing something right. Because there's a difference between working hard and working smart.
Okay, but
there's a lot of people right now that you know that's going to work for the rest of their lives and never have nothing.
That doesn't mean they work hard though. See, now you're talking about something different. You were talking about.
I'm saying, are you doing the right work? Are you doing work that's going to make you money? If you're not doing work that's going to make you money, then you can't complain about somebody else having money, because that was the original conversation. You guys, hold on. You guys are upset about how they feel about how they get taxed and how they get taxed, as if those things are not accessible to you, and they are.
That's accessible.
Then what's the problem? If okay,
what I'm saying,
if I could jump rope and you could jump rope, why are we mad at the jump rope?
Because you're mad at the deficit.
What?
You're asking, where's the money? Where's the money? I'll tell you where's the money. In that G6 that Puffy just has to have. No. See, I'm not, you're making this whole argument based off of a moot point, okay? You're making an argument talking about how rich people are rich because they worked hard, and then later on you said work smart. You're saying that they got rich because of how they got their money. I'm not mad at them for how they got their money. It's like me saying you shouldn't have a business. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the disproportion in the money that one can earn, and it don't even have to be business, okay? You can be entertainment. Someone like a Cardi B, okay?
Is entertainment not business?
I don't even need to name names, okay? If you're a
is
singer,
entertainment not business?
Not for them. Don't get it twisted.
That's a career
you can be you could be a basketball player, or you can own a basketball team. That's a business. Don't get them twisted. You can be an artist, or you can own a label.
Yeah.
That's
guess who's rich and guess who has money and guess who don't. Being entertaining of itself is a self-contained business. It's called being self-employed.
No. Now you're getting confused. When you're an artist, you're self-employed, or you're working for someone else. They're actually still employees.
No, they're self-employed with a bad contract.
Business owners. No. Because when you're an artist, you literally are working for someone else. You make somebody else money, and most of the time you really don't make any money from that deal. They make money off of your back because that's a part of capitalism. They own a business. Puffy owns a label. That's his business.
Let me explain this business to you.
As his employees.
Let me explain this to you. He does not hire singers as employees. They come as contracted, skilled workers. Now, whether they come and they sell their skills and their time and their talent at a very, very extremely poor ratio because he gave them a little bit of money up front, that's kind of on them. They're underselling their actual product. But are they bringing a product? Yes. Are they creation is the creationalism of it within themselves? Yes.
That's
They work for
self-employed.
themselves. They're not employees.
That's self-employed. The point is whether
Yeah,
they're
I agree with self-employed.
They're not
You
business.
be self-employed, and yes, you are.
You're not a business
You're just
owner.
not creating a real business
Employee
that you
for
can walk away from.
you
See,
don't
Diddy started off self-employed,
You
and
know
then
why?
he created a business that he could walk away from.
You know why they're not business owners? Because when you own a business, your money works for you. You don't work for your money. And artists do not have the privilege of doing that. Look at right now. Are they making money like that? No, they're not. And unless they're getting paid royalties for like reruns on TVs or songs that they have put out there, but they make their money through touring and merchandising.
You just circumvented your own point with that last thing.
Did not.
If they're
What I'm
making
saying
royalties,
is-
that means that their business is still working for them, paying them without them having to go get it.
What I'm saying is touring and merchandising you have to work for, and they can't physically work for their money. That's why they're not making any.
The only thing they can't do right now is go and do a tour.
Yeah.
They can still make royalties off their songs. They're still making royalties off old songs and old album sales.
If that's a part of their contract.
So I got a question for y'all. I got a question. Since y'all got a question. Since y'all mentioned the artists, how you feel about your boy Kanye? How you feel about Kanye right now? Like he got some on the pose. How you feel about Kanye?
I'm proud of Kanye.
I just want to get my kids. I gotta get my kids. Oh my God, I gotta get my kids.
I'm not going to do too much arguing in Kanye's favor. I'm gonna let y'all know that I am 100% proud of that man. And here's why.
About you black men, I don't get it. Like,
I'm proud of Kanye West. That man decided something that not nobody, but literally, and I mean this as a literal number, only about 1% of America decided, is that fuck both of these dudes. I'm gonna vote for who I think is the best.
After they spent a whole summer making memes out of him for going in the manic episode. Okay.
Wait. So
they made fun of him. He still did him.
So you say you vote for Kanye. You say you voted for Kanye.
I ain't say I did that. I ain't say I didn't. I ain't say I did. Honestly, and nobody's gonna like to hear this. I live in New York. I already know that it don't matter how I vote. Groupthink is hard here. Groupthink is thick here in New York City.
Yeah.
This man, Joe Biden, literally insulted every black person on a national radio show with balls and audacity. And everybody's still saying, if you vote for Biden, fuck that guy.
That is not a reason to vote for Kanye. I think people look for the dumbest reasons to vote for.
Listen, I'm not telling anybody who to vote for anybody, because I believe that if you vote for whoever, the only wasted vote is a vote that you voted because you felt pressured into voting.
No, I feel like the only wasted vote is when you don't go out and do it at all.
Exactly.
That's the wasted vote. Because all the shit that they're trying to do to stop people from voting, and then we're here in New York where they're not doing that, and we just like, oh, nah, we ain't gonna vote because we ain't gonna vote, we gonna vote. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? That's a wasted vote. You could have voted for Kanye, that would have not been a wasted vote.
Yeah,
you know You're
Shoot,
still getting
you tell anybody you voted for Kanye, Joe Jorgensen, Howie Haskin, Rocky De La Fuente. You tell anybody you voted for any of those people and what they're going to tell you.
They're going to tell you it's a wasted vote. I'm just telling you what I feel about it. My thing is this. The only wasted vote is when you don't show up.
Yeah, fact. Yeah, agree.
You could have voted for any party you would have. I said this in a post on Friday, earlier this week, when I was previewing this very episode. I said, whatever party you subscribe to, it doesn't matter what party you subscribe to, just go out and do it. Because at the end of the day, it starts and ends with us. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
We keep thinking about these rich people or whatever, but we're not looking at ourselves and trying to be the best that we can be first.
Yo, and honestly, yo, we should
Everybody's
start.
talking about
This
rich people.
motherfucker gonna keep
We
spinning
need to get
long
rich.
after we're gone. You feel me? Last I checked, this motherfucker can keep spinning forever for a long time until the fucking universe caves in on itself. Until that time, this shit gonna go on. But we gotta sit there and do what's right for us first. Now, here's my thing.
Yeah.
When it comes down to this vote shit, as long as you went out there and voted for whoever, whenever, wherever, then it's not a wasted vote. You voting for Kanye West, Joe Jorgensen, or any of the people that the chief named, it's not a wasted vote. That's how you felt at that moment in that little booth. You know what I'm saying? That's where it was.
Listen, there's too
It
much
might-
money in this voting process.
It might be a popular decision. Trust and believe. It might not be the most popular decision. But the fact that you went out there to do it should be the thing that actually matters the most. After that, whatever party you subscribe to after that, that's on you. That's something you got to deal with. But at least you went out there to do it. I'm not bashing nobody for who they vote for, as long as you went to vote, of course.
Come on, like people have to be serious when they vote, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think it was a joke to vote for Donald Trump, then it's also a joke to vote for Kanye, because we are looking for people with actual experience who know what they're doing. This is not a game. You can't vote for him just because you like his last album. That's stupid. And it's
What
not
if you like his views
for your vote. It's just that we're in really pressing times right now, and we need someone who knows what they're doing, who can fix this shit up. And if Donald Trump can't do it, what make you think Kanye West can do? What the fuck does he know about government?
And
Magna.
don't get me wrong. And
First of all,
hold on.
First of all,
Don't get me wrong.
what the fuck does Donald Trump know about government? This country still hasn't collapsed in the last 4 years. This shit is gonna run anyway. That's one thing. Two things. Why do we
In the last 4 years,
assume?
he basically messed up this economy, son. This last 4 years. So
He didn't. The economy was already going to be messed up. That was
it was decent before he got in office. It was decent before he got in office, though.
No, it wasn't.
Yo, wait, hold up.
Nigga.
Up. You said some Kanye West views. That's one thing I haven't heard all this whole time he was running. What is his views exactly? How is he supposed to help Black?
What
He
are his
basically was running on the platform that he wanted to add faith back to America. It was a stupid platform, in my personal opinion, but
Oh my God! I feel
But
like
he did
But
announce
I knew
that he officially running next year. He did announce that he officially running next year. He officially
the next term.
Did it?
Yeah,
I mean,
Yay for 2024.
My fault. 2024. My fault. I meant the next 4 year. My fault. I meant the next 4 year. My fault.
I feel like I should change planets. Seriously.
But here's the thing. Also, I also heard this that not my president Trump. Apparently, said if he lose, he gonna run again in 2024. Can he do that? I'm curious. Can he do that?
Yes.
No. Can he?
Yes.
No, I don't think
Yes.
he could.
Isn't it 2 consecutive terms?
No, there's presidents for that.
Oh,
President
God.
Garfield. President Garfield. He did that.
I'm tell y'all right.
He won, lost, and then won after. You can only do 2 terms, period, but they don't have to be consecutive. Which means, since y'all hate Trump so much, you might as well get it out the way now. Because if he runs again, he probably gonna win.
No, I'm turning 30. I need my shit to get started, and I can't with a fucked up economy.
And why do
The
people want
economy
Trump?
been fucked up. The economy been fucked up for an entire.
Really? Because I've never been on unemployment before till now.
Yeah, you've also never had a fucking COVID-19 SARS level event take over the country like it has either.
We did have H1N1. We did face the Ebola virus. Those things came up, but this still never happened.
Ebola never became this at all in any way possible.
Exactly.
Ebola was never worldwide.
Exactly.
H1N1 was never worldwide.
Guys,
we have never faced this before. We're not going to sell that.
Ebola happened like that because Obama had a pandemic plan intact to take care of this shit.
No, he didn't. He made the plan after H1N1. We're not going to lie to these good people on this podcast.
We're not going to crayon on this shit. You feel me? We're not going to crayon on the the Premier Boys podcast, not on my watch. We're not going to do that. When Trump got into office, he disbanded that Obama pandemic plan.
He did.
Right before this shit hit. You know what I'm saying?
True.
He did.
So-
That's true, and was
Break
stupid.
down the pandemic plan, and then when the shit hit, we're like, oh my God, this is the worst one ever. Of course it is, because you fucked up the plan from early.
Could imagine he wanted to be petty over Obama. Instead, he
was so
wanted
jealous
to not
of him.
listen.
Jealous
And
he-
look what happened now. Look what happened now.
That was definitely a mistake. Not
Yeah.
gonna hold you there.
Yeah, you think?
Just
You
because we
think?
haven't had a pandemic don't mean it can't happen.
This is why
All
I
I'm
tell
saying is my point wasn't that like he handled this well, because he handled this extremely poorly. This is like I've never like Kanye West could have handled it better, to be quite honest.
I'm sorry.
Because you know what Kanye West would have did with some shit he didn't know? He would have listened to the niggas who are there specifically to teach you about the shit.
Exactly.
You don't know.
Exactly.
Donald Trump had this uncanny ability to not listen to the niggas around him who are trying to teach him the shit that he don't know. It's okay. You don't, to be the president of the United States, you do not have to be the smartest man ever. You just have to learn how to listen to the smart niggas you have around you.
Yeah.
He didn't do that.
Help common sense, though. I think at least it would kind of help to be a little bit. It will kind of help to know the temperature of the room a little bit. It will kind of help to notice certain things. And yes, listen to people is one of them. But you got to have some type of like knowledge about this shit. A lot of the guys that have been president, with the exception of Bush and maybe Clinton, went to like some dope ass schools. They got some knowledge about this shit, bro. You came from the NBA studios.
George Bush was a cokehead C student who got elected twice.
That's why I said
You're
except
not
Bush.
going to sell me on how much knowledge he had.
Except Bush.
Barack Obama was a lawyer and a junior senator, which junior senator means he actually didn't have a lot of experience being a senator at all. You're not going to sell me on how much experience he had.
A junior senator.
He said except for
He had more experience
Bills to the White
in
House.
politics than Kanye West, right? But you're not going to sell me on just how much experience he had. Barack Obama largely won these elections. The first one based off being black, because he was definitely going to get my vote. I don't care what nobody say. And the second one, he won on swag points.
So you voted for a dude because of swag points?
No. I voted independent that second election. And I mean that. I went independent on the second Barack Obama election.
And that's what's
I
up.
felt like, because, and here's the main reason why I did that. Because I seen the way he handled the Mike Brown situation and then all the other subsequent situations. And it just taught me right then and there, the shit I really want to change, he's not going to do it. And he's going to tell us reasons why, and he's going to make excuses, but he's not going to get it done. And you can tell me his excuses are valid, and I'll be like, okay, they're valid, whatever. But at the end of the day, you can either make money or you can make excuses. You can't make both. So, like, that Mike Brown situation disgusted me, and I realized it came from the top. This man let Eric Holder go down there and say there was no wrongdoing and stood by him. Fuck out of here.
I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of iffy for me. You know, there was a lot of wrongdoing in there, and that should have been handled justly.
It had a teenage boy bleeding to death in the street, unhelped.
And nobody's saying that's like acceptable. That shit is fucking trash.
Yeah,
I always tell
And that
people,
happened under Barack Obama.
oh, we get that. You know what I'm saying? We go. You get to go. You get
Pisses me
to go.
off
Barack
still, so I'm
Obama came
sorry.
with them like about 5 minutes.
Why are you dragging Obama into that? I really don't. That happened in the streets. That has to do everything with the city. It has nothing to do with Obama.
He sent the Department of Justice to investigate it, which means he did have something to do with it.
But
Not only that, but guess who Barack Obama is? Actually, guess what being the president of the United States make you? It makes you the biggest cop in the nation. That's what it literally makes you.
So how
Yes,
do
hashtag executive brand.
you, for all of these shootings and the riots and how these police been handling peaceful protesters, would you say that
The police been handling us like niggas throughout everybody's presidency.
Yeah.
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 But
It hasn't changed. It hasn't been no
right? But
variation.
you can't make it like, oh, it was Barack Obama.
Yeah, you can't blame.
No, my problem is he didn't
that,
even
bro.
say nothing.
They treated
it.
Obama like a nigga too.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck.
They did.
He didn't say nothing about it. He was in front of live mics on TV all the time, and I was waiting for my nigga
I
OBZ.
really think Obama had any kind of power. The Republicans were running shit.
So if the
for
president don't have
years.
any type of
They
power,
was.
what the fuck is the point of any of this? What the fuck is the point of this podcast if the president don't have any type of
all
power?
part of the
Well,
plan.
first of all, the
That's
point
what
of
it
the
is.
podcast for our shit to get out there, number one.
Right.
At the point of
No, I mean like this particular episode. Sorry, everybody listen to the present
Oh,
episode.
well,
of the Boyz
you know
podcast.
what I'm saying? Like, you spreading, baby. Like, nah. Here's my thing, right? With this whole situation, I'm gonna try to bring it back to like a level playing field, quick. You know what I'm saying? At the top question, we were talking about how Kanye West, voting for him, the 66,000 people that voted for him. Once again, I prefaced this conversation by saying, as long as you went out there and vote, at least you let your voice be heard, no matter where, where you stand. My next thing is, and we kind of went from Kanye West right to Donald Trump with it, and we never got back to it.
Yeah.
I really get back to it. What do people feel Kanye West's views was his stance on certain things? Because all I hear him, no disrespect, but all I hear him say on stage was, "Oh my God, my wife had an abortion. Bring me my babies back. Bring me my babies back." Besides that, I didn't hear shit else. So somebody
I
elaborate.
was just thinking that, Rondo.
First of all,
What did we learn?
my man Kanye, we
we're
learned
gonna have
that
an abortion.
Kanye West's bipolarism needs to be controlled by medicine. That's what
To make him president.
Of course, he went to the
I mean,
He's very bipolar.
Hold on. Well, I learned
I mean,
the fact
he's
that
extremely bipolar.
Oh my God.
What I learned is that Kanye deal with stuff we deal with. He deal with mental health, and that's and all of us dealing with it.
Right. We're not gonna push that to the side. I feel like his boys, his handlers, his people, anybody who has his back, need to find a way to keep him from using his money to put him on stages to do this type of stuff until he gets his proper head in the game. Because other than that, he's literally just bastardizing anybody who wants to have a vote for somebody who hasn't been shoved down our throats like Roman Reigns from fucking 015 to now, right?
The tribal chief.
I don't know how you show Roman Reigns. It's literally the tribal chief.
No, it says the chief. That could be Jadena. But that's besides the point.
Can I ask a legitimate question?
Yeah. You got it. Yeah.
Is it ableist for me to say, to ask if is it wise to elect someone who has bipolar disorder to be a president, especially if there's someone who don't even want to take their medication, because dude's not even doing that now. Is it wrong to say that you should not have a bipolar president? Because first of all, Trump was on steroids for a point when he got COVID, and look at all the fuck shit that was coming from him. He was like, we're going to put out stimulus. No, we're not. Yes, we are. Like, that shit was mad bipolar too, and it was unstable. And it's not that we're saying, this isn't like I can't hire you at a job because you're bipolar. We're talking about running a country, okay? Exactly. And we cannot have someone on mood swings. I don't know if he's gonna continue to take his medication. I can't count on that. What I know is that you cannot put the country in a state where they are vulnerable to your mood swings. First of all, because dude, in itself, in the whole election thing in itself, he's like, I'm running for president. And this was during a manic episode. Dude didn't even file the paperwork. He just said it. He was just saying stuff. His tweets was erratic as fuck.
Had he won, even though we know he's not going to win, but had he won, you would have gave that man the nuclear codes.
But question, didn't Kanye announce that he going to run for president on an MTV award with Taylor Swift was on stage? But I think they went, I don't run Kanye. I think that was it. I forgot what year it was.
Listen.
I forgot what year it was.
That's when I first heard it.
Honestly, like, if he could control his medicals, I don't see why he couldn't be president. Because the
If he
presidents
does,
we've had have definitely had some issues one way or another. We had multiple presidents with addictions. We had lecherous presidents. We had presidents. Whatever the fuck is wrong with Donald Trump? Because he has some
he has
issues. That nigga,
narcissistic.
he's definitely schizophrenia, narcissism. That's definitely true.
Narcissistic personality.
That's all that.
Like
It's a
that
real
boy.
thing.
Some of the shit that he just tried to pass off
He a long
as
list.
if it
He a
happened,
long
even
list.
though we could see that it didn't happen. Like you could see it. You don't even have to read no books. You can look. That's not a thing, Donald. Yes, it is. Donald.
So here's my thing, right? Here's my question. How do y'all feel about, since we're talking about anybody can be president, how y'all feel about Flavor Flav being president?
No.
No.
He has demons.
What?
He
Flavor
has,
Flav can't be president, but Kanye West can?
I mean, what about Waka
honestly,
Flocka?
no. Kanye West and Flavor
Remember-
Flav are
remember
two
they
different
was
people.
Flavor
Flavor Flav been
Flocka trying to
addicted
run.
to crack
Remember that?
since 1987. We already
He's been
had
getting
at least 1 to 2
that to him.
crackheads as presidents. We don't need any more.
What about LeBron
Fight the power.
James?
By the way, fight the power.
Probably go for him.
What
LeBron James
about
would
Waka Flocka? Remember he
be
was trying to run, but he was
interesting.
too young to run.
The president has to be able to handle the pressure of being the president. And the pressure of being the president is this simple, because a lot of people overstate the power of the presidency, but it's more about the pressure. Because as the president, you can only do but so much. The rest of it is the power of your voice, because your voice will move people.
Yeah.
Right? Which is
It's
why
like when
I was always so mad at Barack Obama, because he didn't use his voice to move people like he was supposed to. That was me.
It's like when Roman said to Jay Uso, he was like, "Oh, even if I gave you the title, you wouldn't even know you wouldn't."
Exactly. It is.
But I got a
Because
question.
the thing is,
I got a question for y'all though.
Hold on.
But I got a question for y'all though. I got a question for y'all. Why did a lot of black people voted for Trump this term than last term?
I think you got to be more specific. It was the black men.
Yeah, black men vote.
Many
Black men voted for Donald Trump than Joe Biden, but also the black women vote doubled for Donald Trump from 4% to 8%. Also, LGBT support also doubled for Donald Trump as well.
And Latinos through the roof.
And Latinos.
Well, here's the real reason why. Here's the real reason why. Because my boy Joe Biden literally thought that all he had to do was say that he's running and get our vote. That's the reason why. That man, for all the shit we just gave Kanye West, you tell me what Joe Biden's running about other than raising taxes.
You know how many times he said Obama? If you could win $100 every time he said the magic word Obama, you'll be raking in it, okay? Because that man been attracting Obama to his ass. Oh,
right.
But the thing is, it works. So don't even act like it wasn't effective for him. In the beginning, when they had the Democratic debates, Biden was terrible. I did not see this man being the second person in this election left.
To be honest,
the same nigga that was falling asleep at every single one of Barack Obama's State of the Union speeches.
How did he get
this far? I want y'all to remember that. This nigga was falling asleep.
Mind you, you know how Biden got far? Because every Democrat dropped out.
Yeah.
Dropped out. Biden was the only one that dropped out.
They wasn't beating him because they didn't have the money. Listen. They didn't have the money that it took to campaign hard enough to beat Sleepy Joe Biden. That's what Joe Biden had over everybody. Bread.
Can you not with the Trump verbiage?
No, that's true. Because I watched him on every one of Barack Obama's State of the Union speeches. That nigga was nodding like he was on drugs, boy. That nigga was gone. I'm like, yo, it's only 10 o'clock at night. That nigga's.
Y'all know he's like 78 years old, right?
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck. Okay, go be 78 somewhere in upstate New York where you can fall asleep during any speech you want. This is the State of the Union speech. If Barack Obama died, you got to stick to the shit he's saying in this speech. I don't give a fuck.
Sorry. I feel like
dementia.
Boy, dude, right now. I feel like you capped for child predators right now, bro. I feel like you are. Because Donald Trump's a whole child predator. And I don't know if you know that, but it's a whole fact. So I feel like you capped for child predators right now. And I don't like that.
I feel like Alvin got 3 strikes. I'm really starting to think you a Trump supporter, man. I'm
I mean, look at the red bandana. Look at the red bandana, y'all.
He said Sleepy Joe, and he's down with Republicans.
Y'all missing the main point. He got the red bandana on, so he got the red bandana.
That whole shit is just trying.
Speaking of
I'm wearing a CM Punk shirt, nigga. I want the best. I wrote in the best in the world. I want him to win, even though he ain't even running. I think he would be great. I want this to be on my lawn. Right? That's first of all.
You sure?
Second of all,
you don't
no, I'm not caping for child molesters. But
you sure?
If y'all niggas only knew about all of these motherfuckers.
Back to
so here's the deal. And I posted this on my Twitter, right? The presidential election as of right now is between definite creep, potential child molester, definite somewhat woman molester, criminal.
Someone.
Right?
He would kiss his daughter. He won Alabama.
And a low-key racist who pushed several super criminalized laws against Black people.
That's not low-key.
And his VP is somebody who has literally been paid to put Black people in jail.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Hold on. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna say some shit right now that might not be popular with this podcast.
Wait, before you do run, because I think I know what you're gonna say.
Any less popular than what I'm saying.
Kamala Harris. If that's what you're gonna say, Rondo.
No, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there with Kamala.
I went there.
Well, I will.
Of course you did.
I'll get. I'm not saying I won't go there. I'm not gonna get there yet.
Oh, but saying after you're done, I got something to say too. After you're done, though.
Okay. We keep talking about these super criminals putting Black people in jail, right? Now let's keep it real. Let's be real here, right? We all real here, right?
Yeah.
Let's lean in real quick. We're gonna lean in for Roddy here right now.
Yeah, shout out to the Retro. Where we is, yo, Retro, where you are, man. This for you,
man.
My
man is R.I.B. He resting in bed.
Right. Look, son, like, he should be. Just like Alvin. I'm gonna get right into Alvin treatment. He should be at work. Yeah. I gave him the U treatment on episode 13, son.
Real quick.
Why should be at work?
Alvin, come in. Alvin, come in. Real quick. I don't know if y'all know this. Let's be real here. Some of them people that they put away should have been in jail a long time ago. I'm just gonna say.
Right?
I'm putting my damn computer down.
Some of them people should have been in jail already. I mean, granted, some of us shouldn't have been in there, over some bullshit.
They was giving life sentences for dime bags. You better stop it right now.
Bro, some of them should have been up in the jail, bro. In the 90s.
They were giving life sentences for dime bags. You better stop it right now.
To say that.
Did you see the Bronx in the 90s? Some of the motherfuckers should have stayed in jail.
I'm not saying that people don't need to go to jail when they need to go to jail. I'm saying that they literally made a law that said Black people are more likely to need to go to jail and stay to jail. This is the reason why Black people get demonstrably longer sentences for the same crimes than any other racist group.
But yet, right? Check this shit out. You're capping for a dude who rides for that momentum too. Trump rides with that.
I am not. I'm not capping for anybody. We're going to stop selling the good people on this podcast that. I'm not capping for anybody. I want everybody to think, because everybody's just saying what the next person's saying.
That's what it's been about. That's why this election been so divided.
I want everybody to think.
Everybody going by what other person say instead of doing the proper research.
Understanding facts. Yeah. I don't care who you vote for. But I need a reason that you voted for them. You can't, you wasted your vote if you voted against anybody. I'll say that again. You wasted your vote if you voted against somebody.
Honestly,
that's not what you're supposed to do.
I don't understand that.
I don't even think you wasted your vote for that. I really feel you wasted your vote if you didn't.
If your vote was literally to make sure that one other person didn't win, not rather that you voted for what you felt in your heart needed the leader of this country and all of the freaking other people that you voted for on that ballot to be, you wasted your vote.
All right, so here's the thing. Here's my thing. What did I say?
To pundits.
What did I say at the tippy top of this segment? No matter what part of you subscribe to or how you feel about a certain thing, the fact that you came out and you showed
that's how you feel.
All right.
I feel like if you went there with a blank mind just to vote for, oh my God, I don't want to vote for the big bad wolf. I'm gonna vote for the less bad wolf.
You can
I don't want this person to win. You messed up.
But bro, I'm not telling people who to subscribe to. You can subscribe to fucking Harambe the Dead Gorilla from 2016.
Right. I agree with you. You can subscribe to who you want to subscribe to. But if you're voting as an anti-vote, then you didn't subscribe to anybody. You just
you actually
went against somebody.
You're against. You can subscribe to a lot of shit. You in that anti-ness, you're subscribing to the shit that you're against. Not that you're taking that side, but you're against that.
No, these people are subscribing to the person they're against and neglecting the fact that the person that they're using that vote to vote against this person is potential and has shown signs to do the same shit.
And honestly, that's just as helpful as someone voting for Kanye West.
Ken, what did you want to say?
All right, so this is what I think would happen. So say Biden does win. I honestly don't think he's gonna take his whole term. Remember, he's like 78 years old. I think he's gonna do like 2 years. I think he'll do like probably 2 years. I don't think he's gonna pass out. I don't think he's gonna die.
Dark.
I don't think he'll die, but he's probably gonna step down.
He might have dementia, so.
And then Kamala gonna take over as do the rest of the term. That's what I think. If they win, that's how I think.
I also believe is
hellacious. At that.
I would be.
I wanted to say something about Kamala though.
Oh, what you got? You say what you got to say.
Let me know when you're ready for this.
You
know, it takes 2-3 minutes to go on. No. What I wanted to say is, because Alvin, you over here talking about people don't do the research, they just say what the next person says, and you guilty right here of doing it too, because you're saying that these people got lifelong sentences. I need you to produce a list of names before you go spreading that around.
Serious?
Number 2.
That's well documented. I could look up.
All right.
Yo, Ken, turn on the screen share right now, because I already had this shit looked up. I know what I'm talking about.
You can do that after my rant.
She is speaking.
No, what I want to say, seriously though, because I've had this conversation with both my sisters and my cousins, and it leads to arguments over the table. But I just need to know, Black people, this is specifically to my Black people, why the fuck are we so damn emotional? I feel like our weakness is we go by emotion over logic, and that's just 100% fact, okay? People will literally vote for someone just because they're Black. I would be lying if I said I didn't do that too. But I feel like Black people, we do literally go by what the next person says without any type of facts. I feel like, can most people even tell me if they've even ever heard of Kamala Harris before this election?
I heard a little bit about her, but I didn't hear too much about her.
Heard a bit about her.
I didn't know too much about her too.
I heard bad things, then I researched it and realized she did bad things.
Okay, so you never even heard of her, right? You only found out about stuff when it came up during the debates.
I heard bad things about her before the election, but it didn't matter because she wasn't here. Then I heard her get elected. I'm like, oh. So I researched her.
I've never heard of her. And I was excited. No.
Not too much. I didn't know too much about her.
Y'all niggas gotta watch more news and shit.
I have
a serious concern over all of the motherfuckers who are trying to run this country and quote unquote my name. So I be paying attention.
Bro, I'm
now I pay attention more, but I wasn't paying attention when
big out west.
The point is you had moderators that were bringing it up during the Democratic debates. And it's not uncommon for people to treat the Black woman differently from every other politician, especially women altogether, because for those who are not a fan of Hillary, who is a woman, I need you to tell me how the fuck she is any different from any other politician. Yes, she's a big fat liar. Who the fuck isn't? I know Donald Trump is. I Biden is. They're all liars.
Yeah,
But
they are.
y'all energy is different towards women, especially Black women. So you want to bring up her past. Listen, I feel like we are wasting time being counterproductive talking about what Biden and what Kamala did in 1994 and so on. Who cares? Okay, what they did was
If that's the
racist.
case,
So will tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow.
if that's the case,
More
then we gotta stop talking about all the shit that Trump did in his past.
What are you talking about? He's doing this shit
But
now.
Alvin, it's different
That's all
because
that
Trump
come
is
up
the
when we talk
president.
about
It's
Trump.
different because he's the president. So that's completely different.
It
He
ain't
running the
different.
country.
It's
Different.
counterproductive if we talk about the past as if it matters now. No, the
Child,
past
you're
always matters now.
upsetting the ancestors, okay? Child. Bring it
Outta
to a
here.
hero. No, seriously. Do not compare the past 4 years to something that has happened, like, what is it, 24 years
24
ago?
ago.
That's
First of
not
all,
the same.
Kamala Harris, her bullshit was literally in the past 4 years. Second of all, Sleepy Joe
What, a
Biden, he
prosecutor?
ain't did shit in the past 4 years.
As
For
who?
anybody.
You're
I said
talking
what I said,
about
Sleepy Joe
her as
Biden.
a prosecutor. Listen, being
Really?
a
She's a
prosecutor
terrible
is a
prosecutor.
Right.
good
She's a
job.
prosecutor of the same esteem as Janine Pirro, and I don't want her ass nowhere near the presidency.
No,
either.
I don't either. But
She
she's a
does the same shit.
prosecutor. It
Just
is her
put black
job
people in
to
jail because they can get away
prosecute.
with putting black people in jail, so it looks better on her win-loss record. That's what they do, and that's what she has
It is
been.
her job.
Like,
Here's
there's
the thing, we're
so
going-
many people right now
I feel like
who
rumors. I feel like people are just spreading rumors
That-
and
I feel like-
That's not a rumor.
Here's my thing.
cases.
Going
Because
back and
like
forth,
Innocence
right?
Rondell was
Project.
saying, some of these criminals that got put away did need to be put away, but people are too focused on the fact that they were Black. Let me tell you something. If this is an unpopular opinion,
did I
I
say,
don't give a
Black?
fuck. I don't give a fuck, okay? I'm gonna talk real quickly about how I feel because I've never said this out loud. The Rayshard Brooks thing, I wasn't here for it. I'm not, I mean, I think it's unfortunate, of course, that he lost his life, but here's my problem with the issue. Dude was literally drinking and driving. Okay, at some point he was drinking and driving. Then he passed out in his car. Then you stole a cop's taser and they shot you. Did they have to shoot you? No. Did you have to take his taser? No. So I'm not with the whole complying thing, but I feel like to burn, even though it was a white woman, to burn down a Wendy's, was it? And to start a whole protest, I think it was unwarranted. I think that the dude was just acting a fool, but because he's Black, we're supposed to go Black Lives Matter. Listen, he could have been white, maybe it would have turned out differently, but the point is he still acted a fool. If a man was drinking and driving and he had hit someone that I cared about, do you think I would go protesting for his ass? No, I would not, and neither would you. But I feel like Black people are so caught up in when something is Black and white, because we're not even going to talk about how Black Lives Matter only when white people are involved. We're not going to go into that.
I agree with you in
Uh-oh.
some cases, and I disagree with you in some parts. Here's the thing: you said that probably maybe wouldn't have happened if he was white. I can safely
It probably wouldn't have happened.
That's false, because in New York, that some shit similar to that happened with a white dude who was homeless, who went around and stabbed 3 cops after killing his girlfriend, got caught up on a train, and the police.
And he set a homeless nigga on fire in front of the cops too. Don't forget that.
You remember
part.
that, right?
I do. That was what I was going to bring up.
Because you know why? Because he was white. If he was Black,
Put
they
that
would've
man
shot right
into
there.
It would have
custody.
been a whole bit different thing. It would have been a whole
They
different
took
thing.
Dylan Roof into custody after he killed 9 people in a church at a service he attended.
Yeah.
One of those, 2 of those people were senators, which means he committed a U.S. federal crime, and they fed this nigga Burger King. You will not sit here and tell me.
Lord, you took an L on that one, Mac. I'm telling you, you took an L on that one.
No, I think you
God, no.
I really think
if Dylan Roof could go to jail, Rayshard Brooks could have went to jail. Period.
I said that though. I said they did not have to shoot him. I said that was fucked up. But
that's the point. That's what at that point we're talking about.
But I
That's what
feel
at that
like
point that we're talking
feel
about.
like the rah-rah I'm saying,
No,
I feel like the rah-rah does not hold to the same level as a George Floyd or a Mike Brown or Breonna Taylor. Those I feel like require a lot
Yeah.
more of the protesting for Rashad. I just don't feel like it deserved to have things go up in flames, because at the end of the day, he still acted a fool. And I don't like that Black people give niggatry a pass just because white people are involved. And I don't give a fuck what white people have to say about the situation, because it has nothing to do with them. This is between us Black people. It's a conversation for only us where we can comment on it. I just feel like personally, when you act a damn fool, that is going to happen, which is why did you take his taser? Because you could have done all the things right, just like Philando Castile. Philando Castile's death is what put me onto Black Lives Matter in the first place. In 2015, I did a live taping with Charlemagne on MTV, and I was oblivious to everything going on with Black Lives Matter, which is why I actually don't know much about the Mike Brown and Ferguson thing, because I think that was 2014. I was oblivious because I didn't want to hear about it. I chose to be ignorant, but I was faced with it on live TV when they showed the tape of Philando Castile. And for me, that was my Rodney King, because I'm watching someone who is doing everything right and still had to pay the price in front of his child and his woman for what? And after that, me and how I felt about white people changed.
I'm sorry, Magna. You literally just double talked yourself.
I'm not double. I'm
Because
trying.
Rodney King was on wild drugs when they arrested him.
What happened?
Because Rodney King was definitely on wild drugs when they arrested him.
No, he was on drugs. He was drunk.
No, PCP. He was on drugs.
But okay, don't even do that, because he
high.
did not deserve the beating that he got. Please,
And
he wasn't
and
even
he
fighting
mildly
back.
resisted.
He did not steal a taser and then run off. I can't believe
literally
you
just
even just did
resisted.
that. I can't even believe you tried to compare the two.
Guys,
I
guys.
did,
but
because it's an easy comparison. Because you the one that said, "Oh, we can't be caping for these niggas and their niggatry when they actually do stuff they should go to jail for." Rodney King did something he should go to jail for, and I agree that he should go to jail. I disagree that he should have had his ass whipped by like 50 cops for fun, but I also disagree that Rashard Brooks should have been shot.
But that's exactly why that's different from the Rashard Brooks thing. The
How
dude
is it
shot him
different?
because he was stupid and then he didn't know how to handle his job. Like you said, they literally beat up Rodney King for fun. Like, come on, that's not even the same thing.
They shot
Even if
Rashard
you
Brooks
say
because they knew they
that
could
is
get away
not-
with it because of all the shit that had happened before. You got to fight for each of these incidences because they know who to fuck with and they know who not to fuck with.
What I'm saying is it did not warrant the response that it did. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be mad, because I did say that was fucked up. I'm just saying there are levels to how we respond to things, like burning shit down for every little thing. That is,
First of all, we not burning shit down. We not burning shit down.
That was these people.
That was them white folk. Them white folk will come up under our movement to start burning shit down and starting the looting up.
Did I not say it was a white woman that burned down the Wendy's?
Then why are you saying we?
But then here's the thing.
But
Nigga, we not French. What are you saying we? You the only French person here?
About that, Black people burn shit down. What the hell are you talking about?
When you seen it? When you seen a black person take a set of matches and gasoline to an establishment?
I watched this all on tape. What are you talking about?
So black people took matches and you seen
When they
them.
were lighting the police trucks and police cars on fire, and I was here for
That's
that.
not burning the building down. They needed to burn them fucking cars down.
But
they did that in 1992 as well.
They killed a black man on tape with the motherfucker's hands in his pocket. They needed some fucking property damage to the cops. They did the property damage to the cops.
Funny.
White people been getting in our movements and just doing property damage to whatever the fuck they want to do property damage to.
Killed them 2 people. So
we're not even talking about white people, because we already know what's the deal with them. We're talking about
no,
us.
we're not going to blame us for stuff that white folk is doing.
But
I'm not going to let you do that.
Here's what I can blame us for. Here's what I can blame us for, and I want y'all to come in close for this too, because this is yet another real moment.
I'm not coming in close too much. I didn't do my hair, my face.
Bring them out. Blink and have
it. After this, I got a question to ask too. After you say this,
before we jump onto this situation where we jump on black people, jump on white people about what they do, which is fucked up.
That's a whole conversation.
However, we got to look at ourselves too.
Yeah,
because we're guilty as well of these same atrocities in our own community. When we push weight to our own aunties and uncles and these kids, you feel me? We got to be the generation that's a more positive force than the last one, because we can sit there and jump down these white people's throats all day, and I don't have a problem with it. But
hold on, I'm a piggyback on that when you're done. Keep talking now.
Oh, I got something too.
If we're serious about trying to make a change out here and having other groups of individuals take us seriously, then we got to take us seriously within ourselves first for anything. It starts, like I said before, it starts and ends with us.
Amen, Rondell.
And I do got a question. I got a question to ask y'all. Oh,
wait.
What you gotta say?
Right, Rondell, that was the most 100% agree with thing I've heard out of this podcast all night. I agree with that.
What about what I said?
It starts and ends it starts and ends with us, right?
Yeah.
But how are we gonna do anything if we're still waiting around for a socialist government to give us money?
So that would the perfect setup, because I go to my next question. What is the next step that we have to do as a black community, whatever the outcome is? What do we have to do?
We have
no matter
to
what the outcome is. No matter what the outcome is.
See, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. We gotta support each other. We gotta keep the money that we're making, because we spend the most, number one.
Yeah.
We spend the most money out of any race. But imagine something real quick. Imagine that right now we have a lot of black businesses. That's why what I tell you at the end of every episode, past after we handle the Breonna Taylor stuff, before you come follow me, first follow a black business first, then come follow me. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this: we putting all our money into all of these other people's hands, and we're not seeing no growth from that shit.
Perfect example, Amazon. We just made Jeff hella rich during the pandemic.
We made Amazon.
You made Jeff hella rich during the pandemic. I didn't have one Amazon package, not one of them motherfuckers that I paid for.
He said,
I live what I talk about, baby.
Now have caught mad Amazon packages.
Jeff Bezos.
In the start of the pandemic. What if we had our own shipping shit?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? What if we had our own salons that we support instead of being like the discount? Because that goes to what I was talking about earlier.
Like, how the fuck do we have any of that if we don't have any of that, right?
Yeah.
Like, we need business. We need businesses. We need black people to own those businesses, which means we need black people to be rich. We need black people to go earn money, to go take their piece of the pie instead of waiting for it to be given to us.
Exactly.
We need more black business owners. I don't care how you get it, right? You need money to be a black business owner. Like Magna mentioned network marketing before. Fuck it. If it can make you $1 million and you can put that into another business, go do it.
Right.
It takes financial literacy to do that. I've done network marketing, and a lot of black people are ignorant out there, and that's not to insult them.
You gotta be. It gotta. I literally do it now. And my job.
I do it now too. So I do it now too.
I literally do it now, and my job is to go out and teach black people and teach people. If they ignorant, they ignorant. But I'm still out there every day, slumping and teaching. Sitting down teaching. As a matter of fact,
but you know where you get financial literacy? You get that through education. And when we can get more money into education, then we can get more people to understand why investing is important and it's not a scam. Like, I literally had someone tell me they can't put $50 a month into an investment for their retirement because they think it'll get stolen by Bernie Madoff. And I'm
who's in jail right now?
I've heard that before too. Magna, hold on. I think me and you got something in common. We're gonna talk after the podcast. But Bernie Madoff been in jail for like 10 years. That's first.
That's what they said to me, bro.
That's because they don't know about them. But here's the other thing too.
Exactly.
Right. It does need to start in education, but here's the other part, right?
Oh my God.
Remember what we talked about what funds your education? It's not your check taxes, it's your property taxes.
Yeah.
Who owns property and who doesn't? So who has better schools and who doesn't?
I got better.
You ain't
now.
know. You ain't know. Yeah.
I ain't fucking with no
Yeah.
PS3. Wow, man.
So we
This is why
have
we
to
gotta
get to
change
a
that.
place where we own the stuff that we have. We want to do better. We gotta stop trying to like weasel our way out of having to do the work.
Facts, yo. Agree.
Right.
I
And
agree.
I'm asking
That's it.
discounts.
Like, and
That's
I
how
mean this literally, like every Black person who just gets like, if you're a Black person right now and you only have a job and that job itself doesn't, it doesn't do enough to take care of you, let alone, try to help your community, you're doing you and the community a disservice.
Yeah.
You understand that? And it's not to say you shouldn't have a job. It's not to say you can't have a job. It's to say that, like, based on what we've all kind of surmised here today, Black people, to do better as Black people, we have to have more money. We have to have more stuff.
Seven source of income, y'all. Seven
We have to
source
take
of
a
income.
bigger piece of this pie. We can't sit here and rely on
Seven checks.
these jobs are owned by white people. Here's the deal, right? Let me break something down real quick, right? Because my boy Ken got it on the money. Let me break something down real quick. The tax system was set up after slavery. And you know why it was set up after slavery? Because of the way that the economy was maintained during slavery, it needed to be continued to be maintained. So that salary, they just traded that for slavery. Yes, if you only make enough money to barely eat, you are a slave, because that's what slaves were doing. Slaves ate, they had clothes, they fucked, because if they didn't, I wouldn't be here, right? But they only had barely enough. They never had enough to get more. They never had enough to start thriving, and that was by design. The tax system in America is made by that design. As a person who works a W-2, you get your taxes taken before you have any say or anything to do about it, because they simply do not trust you or want you to be able to spend your money the same way a business owner does.
Yeah.
A business owner who has a 1099, which includes self-employed people, they get to expense everything and then pay the taxes with what they had left, which means they are paying less taxes, but usually more taxes than the average person because they make more money anyway. Black people, we need to make more money, which means we need to work harder to have businesses. And while I do love, a good t-shirt and a good fashion deal, we need to be involved in a lot more needs-based businesses, right? Everybody has shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has some entertainment value. We need to have some shit that if the world shuts down, we still can make money.
Alvin,
Right?
talk about how the computer industry lacks diversity, because the demand for computer knowledge is really, really high. And in Silicon Valley, where the computer industry in general has about 3-4% Black people that work in that industry. Another small percent is Asians, but it's still higher than the Black percent. And that's where the money is right now. But Black people don't get educated in things like that, where there is a demand for it, because they're too focused on being a rapper or being a ball player. I think that's really, really sad. And
we're not going to do that to Black people.
What happened?
We're not going to do that to Black people.
No, be honest.
Every Black people do not want to be a rapper or a ball player.
I didn't want themselves, like Rondell said, because y'all want to be coddled, and there's ignorance and coddlery.
If we're talking about, not to cut you off, but if we're talking about businesses that we could grow in, right? It's funny y'all mentioned that. I was thinking, right? And it's funny that we're mentioning this because this happened last night as well. Jersey just legalized marijuana, which is like about a $3 billion business. And I always feel, me personally, and me actually doing this, I always felt we were the best drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? In terms of marijuana. You know what I'm saying? the fact that we're so far out of the conversation as far as building our own dispensaries and things like that.
You want to know why we so far out of this conversation?
Heck,
Because we had people like Sleepy Joe Biden and Mr. Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton calling them super predators. So that everybody who had a deep knowledge about the product been spending 20, 30 years in jail versus the white people who have the knowledge about the product who spent, a week in jail, did community service, got out, they learned that it was going to be legalized. They used their expertise to kind of inject themselves into these industries. We got to talk about these things.
Wait, Rondell, I think I missed something. Rondell, did you just say that if we had legalized marijuana, that would have allowed more Black people to be business owners in a marijuana industry? Because that's so low, and we can aim so much higher than that. That's very ridiculous.
For you to say that it's low, that's basically being a farmer. That's an agricultural. That's an agricultural rate.
Yeah, that's a need. You're talking about nature. Number one, we're talking about nature. We're talking about something.
I don't really care what business a Black person owns, as long as it's a needs-based business that Black people own, that Black people can profit from.
You're thinking about it as somebody selling it on the street. I'm thinking about it as
I'm not.
Medically.
I mean, it is people that do marijuana business though. It is people that do actual marijuana business though. I know a few people that do that. Yeah, ball players doing it.
No, what she's saying, she's not saying that we can't do it.
In the medicine sense.
She's saying that it's a low bar for us.
It's not a low bar when you're helping.
It's been done. We've sold weed before. I'm talking about education. Like when are we gonna really put more of a focus on math and science?
When math and science pay some motherfucking bills, that's when.
Because Black peoples will put us into space. 3 Black women put us into space, okay?
And what did that do for them and the Black community at large? Not a fucking thing.
What's space on for us right now, bro? If I wanted space, I'll just go to my grandma's house. You feel me?
I just told y'all about computers, okay? We in a technical industry right now where computers dominate.
You're still telling Black people how to get jobs
out in Silicon Valley. And y'all talking about selling weed as a business. Like, it's not the only option is what I'm saying. But I feel it's so ridiculous. We always go there.
And working for somebody's computer job is not the only option.
Being a surgeon, let's put that on the table. Let's get more Black.
Working for somebody's hospital is not the only option. I'm talking about stuff that's going to free Black people. That's going to give Black people that's not going to lift lower class Black people into middle class. I'm talking about what's going to free Black people from all the bullshit that we go through. You're literally just talking about really good ass jobs. Good ass jobs come with high ass tax.
We don't even have to sell weed for Black people to be in business.
He's not saying they have to.
No. Hold on. He's not saying that. He's not saying that.
$1 billion industry. Why be mad at it?
Why not take advantage of $1 billion industry? That's helping
White people
are
selling weed.
With their health. You're thinking about selling. Selling weed on the corner. That's so small. That's small.
More Black people can be in pharmaceuticals. That's even more money. They make the most money in the world.
Y'all forget
the people who own those businesses make the most money in the world. AKA not the scientists in the lab, but the people.
I'm talking about Philip Morris family. Philip Morris and them boys, they're the people wealthy. The guys in the
scientists in the lab. No.
Philip Morris and his kids, they're wealthy.
Because we don't have Black scientists.
Philip Morris is not a scientist. Philip Morris is a drug seller.
We have Black CEOs too.
Philip Morris
I'm talking about owners, not CEOs. There's a difference. CEOs still get paid on the W-2. We need ownership, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm basing it on.
But weren't we just talking about how we need to educate the Black community more? Financial literacy and all that?
We need to educate the Black community on stuff that can cause the Black community to go out.
I feel like
get a business.
But why is it gotta be weed? Like
it don't have to be weed. It's
y'all brought it up.
Well, right. Let's go to Oregon. Let's go sell meth to all them white Oregon people. Let's do it.
I didn't
Sell meth to the Oregon people, come back and put the money in the hood, baby.
I'm not trying to sell meth. I'm not trying to be Walter White here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas ain't trying to Walter White out here, bro. I'm just saying, if we're talking about stuff that's life-based and need-based, people need to be in good health. They're finding out that cannabis is also helping people health as well.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I heard
that's
about that.
weird ones that used to be the best
Oh, they've
at
been
it.
to that.
You know what I'm saying? But we're so far away from that conversation, it's not even funny. You know what I'm saying? That could be a road that we could take. I'm not saying that's the only road, but it's a road out of many roads.
And y'all missing one more thing. We can learn about Forex. More black people need to learn about that. That could make us a lot of
all
money.
I ever hear about is Forex from my cousins.
Forex.
Oh my God.
And by the way, if y'all want to learn Forex, hit me up. Oh, we
Hit up the chief on the left side of me, bro.
also hit up even when these are health insurance, hit up the chief, Mally Mel. We're gonna end this on a good note.
Hey, hold on.
Wait,
I help people with life insurance. I do investments. I do actually I do a whole lot of stuff.
He
right?
rap too. He rap too.
And yes, Magna, he raps too.
He rap too.
Raps. I do does the raps.
Y'all went so far off from the election.
We did get kind of far off, but
we did.
You know why we got so far off from the election?
Points.
Because we all did it subconsciously, because for us it all boils down to what's in it for us. And we've talked about what's in it for us, which is a topic that I think only Ice Cube even addressed with any president.
Yeah, that's true.
And we are almost 100% sure he got G'd, but I still respect the hell out of Ice Cube for even having the conversation.
They all got G'd.
But tell me what black person used their influence to go have that conversation?
Hit my thing. Why would Trump say yes now when it is so close to the election?
Because he's a politician and he wanted to win the election. Duh.
He wouldn't have said yeah in 2018.
Exactly. He
wouldn't have listened in 2018.
That's what I'm saying.
Which tells me this. All that tells me is that my boy Cube, my guy Ice Cube, is a tactician. He knew when to act. Because you ask it, you make it a big deal, then you can pressure it.
Yeah.
My only issue with him is he went the wrong way.
I agree.
Trump ain't got to do shit, and all he can make the same excuse Obama made. Oh, the Senate didn't let me do things, so I couldn't do what I wanted to do.
Oh,
right? He's gonna make that same excuse, and then it's gonna be worth nothing.
Because the president controls the purses, right? Congress don't control the purse, right? Congress don't control the.
Listen, that's what most people don't understand. That I understand it. I understand that all these wild ass promises that everybody make to us, Barack included, couldn't be made true just because they said it. But you got to understand, we got to hold these politicians to the shit they say.
Oh no, that's true too.
So you didn't really answer that question of why there were more black voters in this election than the last, when we've heard more racist things than the last.
Exactly. We heard a lot more racist things.
If y'all haven't peeped, the voting marketing has been pushed towards black people. If y'all didn't peep.
They have, yeah. Every advertisement wasn't basically
black people telling black person to vote.
So how is that different from Democrats? Like, that makes no sense. You're going with what Trump is promising you, even though you say that Democrats promise us stuff, but they don't come through. How's Trump any different? In the 4 years we've already given him, he's done nothing for black people. Denounced white supremacy. I don't see the reason to. That's idiotic.
Here's what he did, right?
Because he did
and
do
this
stuff.
This is why the vote doubled, right? See, they got together and they got 1,200. Right, and everybody was eating off that 1,200.
Yeah.
Later in the election, later during the debates, he was like, "Yo, you know what? We might be able to get another 1,200 going, but you gotta vote for me though."
Exactly.
Maybe get another 1,200.
some people might have saw that and was like, yo, if we don't vote for him, we not gonna get that 1,200.
Yeah, cause I see a lot of people I know going hard for Trump, son. They're going hard for Trump. Oh, he gonna get the platinum, he gonna get the man money. I'm like, y'all must be stupid, son, blind. Y'all bugging. He not gonna do that.
I don't see the logic in voting for Trump because of $1,200 when you missing the whole bigger picture. There's a major economic drawback, which is how you getting the $1,200. I'd rather get my regular paycheck than one $1,200 check. That's idiotic. And that's why I say Americans, you know, they're not all the way there. You know what I said in the beginning before we started.
And I want to say one more thing, and if y'all anybody got something to say after, we might close it. But thing about my biggest concern about Trump is his supporters. Trump never stopped, you know, like I said, the white supremacy, he never addressed it. But his supporters make it seem like it's okay. Like this one recent video, I guess a girl in California, she was part of the she was a white woman, part of the Black Lives Matter movement, and Trump supporters just went, you know, basically bug out, you know, call her N-word and just doing a lot of stuff. She told her cops about it, they didn't do nothing. Basically was on the same side of Trump. I feel like all he was been doing for the last 4 years promote hate. And I feel like for that reason alone, I feel like that had to change.
Right.
That reason alone, you know.
This is why I don't understand why more Black people and more Latinos will vote for him than the last time. I did want to say real quick, I'm not Latino, but I had to learn that with Latinos, it's kind of like with the Black diaspora. Latinos, we look at them as all Latinos, but they don't look at it like we're one. They look at it like us Cubans are over here and them Mexicans are over there because you know, raise your hand if you ever heard a Puerto Rican or a Dominican say something disparaging about a Mexican. Okay, that's a whole other thing. The same way that Black people be treating Haitians and Africans, but we won't get into that. Shout out to my Haitians. But these Latinos in Florida, they move like white people. Okay, they have all the power over there, so they're not concerned about the racist things that Trump says about Latinos because they feel like it doesn't apply to them. That's why they have no problem voting for him, especially with the whole socialism thing. They don't look at each other like, you know, we're basically all the same. So what he's saying doesn't have anything to do with me because here in Miami, I have the power and they move just like white Republicans do in their own favor.
Yeah.
And that's a big problem with Black people too.
If you break down Trump supporters and things like that, sorry to cut you off, bro. If you break down Trump supporters and everything like that, there is they vote for Trump for reasons that they have made up in their mind rather than stuff that Trump has actually said, right? So let's break it down. You got the super duper alt-right racist ones, and they're basically voting for Trump because they don't like Black people and Mexicans, right? Yeah. And then you got the rich people, they're voting for Trump because they want the country to be run like a business, and they, you know, they want to protect their assets, and that's why they always vote Republican anyway, right? And then you got what's it called? You got the Bible Belt Trump voters, right? They vote for Trump because they feel like a vote for Trump is a vote against baby killing, right?
So he's a serial.
He doesn't care about most of those things except the middle thing, right? But the problem with Donald Trump, and I think I spoke with somebody about this. Anybody ever seen that episode of Everybody Hates Chris, where like the little shorty he had a crush on came over to his house? I think she wanted to borrow some sugar or something or kill a bug. Right? Yeah. And then everybody outside seen the little shorty come out of his house with him. Oh my God. And instead of telling them instantly, yo, no, I didn't mess with that little girl. I didn't, you know, it's not like that. He's just like, he saw himself getting popular. So he was like, Trump's whole presidency has been based off of just basically, well, you know.
I'm kind of popping right now. You feel me?
Right.
Well, you know.
And it's terrible because most of the people who think they're getting something, they're like especially the Christian Trump voters, they're overlooked in like a bunch of huge biblical moral failures
Right?
in order to try to protect the country from a huge biblical moral failure.
Wow.
You idiots.
Ask,
You know, the
Yeah.
racist people are overlooking the fact that Trump has never once like said, I hate such and such color, I hate such and such
Yeah.
color, and I'm gonna make sure that white people get all of our power back.
Well,
He's never
actually,
said that.
Well,
he actually done it with the apartments his father used to own out in Coney Island. They used to have a code whenever colored people used to come. Now I hate to use the term colored people, but we're talking about the 70s.
yeah.
God dang.
Yes. We were talking about the 70s,
It even hits my ear weird. Colored.
Real
right?
word, like, it's so
The
weird.
way it came out my mouth, it was like, oh. But anyway, like they had codes, so when we tried to apply to their buildings, they wouldn't let us in. They were like, "Oh no, put this in the trash pile. That's the colored application."
Oh no,
That
that was systemic though. That was everywhere, bro.
All right, but we're talking about a guy who will later become president in 40 years. You think that's not going to come up on some shit?
Imagine
You know why it hasn't come up so much? I'm gonna tell you why it hasn't come up. Because everybody was doing it, and Trump is too big of an idiot to have that hands-on of a thing. He's not I'm not gonna say he's a stupid man, because he finagled his way into the presidency of the United States.
Yeah.
A man with his acumen and his IQ should not ever have been anywhere near the presidency, especially with everything he had going on. But he skillfully manipulated who he had to manipulate to win. I think that's intelligent.
I'm gonna make a couple of notes real quick. They actually did bring that up during the 2016 election, and Hillary actually used that and I believe in the second debate, because somebody did speak out on hidden camera about those codes that him and his father used to use. So that definitely was a topic about 4 years ago. As for people, voting for him and things like that, I felt like at a time, if you're not going to say he's stupid, I'm going to say it, but I will say he is stupid. Thank you. I will say he took advantage of people's emotions at the time. We just got finished having a black president. People are upset about that. So he took those emotions and ran off that wave. He didn't, just like how he said he worked hard, going back to the work hard, he didn't work hard to do this. He just rode the wave. He rode the economy wave, he rode the emotional wave, and he rode that wave right into the White House. And that same wave is about to get his ass up out there.
Listen, whether or not he worked hard or worked smart, the nigga did what he wanted to do.
Or not worked at all.
Well, I got one thing to say though. But
you gotta spend time lying to people, and you gotta get up on stage every day and say, well,
Bro, have you ever done a project? There's always that one person who done nothing but still got to roll that wave to an A.
But I got one thing to say. Hold on, I got one thing to say though. One thing to say. If Trump election or presidential taught me something, it taught me and probably everybody else to go harder. I guess everybody was fighting when he came into office. We didn't know the spec. Everybody literally went hard, really harder to get what they want.
The price of freedom is not cheap.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? But the scary thing is, it's not even going to end with him. Yeah. I heard the term twice today, the term Trumpism. I have yet to look up what that actually means, but it just obviously means that even if he's not elected, you terrify me, by the way, by saying that he can still run in the next campaign.
Yeah, that's good. That's getting me too. So that's getting me too. I'll do that.
But there are going to now be people who are going to now adapt his mentality and his thinking and continue with that rhetoric and run with it. Because now it's like, because I'm sure there's been presidents that have been inspired by previous presidents before them, and they're going to run with that hate message that he's always putting out there. Like, I swear, do not ever let me catch Donald Trump Jr. trying to run for president the same way that George Bush did. I don't need that. I don't need this for another 4 years. Okay, I want to be done with that family. But there
Honestly,
will be someone.
Donald Trump Jr. running for president.
Gonna vote for my
He's
fence.
gonna be doing coke off the executive orders. Like it's gonna be bad.
No, he's gonna hire strippers to be his
He gonna
cabinet.
have the shit on his nose. You know, how homie pose with the fucking book.
My man's gonna come down here like this. I'm sorry, executive order. We
Son gonna be jittery as hell doing the State of Union speeches.
You know, I told y'all we were gonna get it back. I told we gonna do it.
We gonna have $4 billion missing from the defense budget, sitting on his desk getting sniffed,
bro.
Gonna find that man OD'd in the Oval Office. It's gonna be bad.
You gonna stripper poles in the fucking Oval Office? Man, they're gonna spend that defense budget on coke and hoes.
Remember that DC mayor that they found on crack?
They found him
I
on
can't ever call his name.
Yeah, I forgot his name too. I know exactly what you're talking about. I forgot his name. I know he was talking about it. He was talking about it on the Taryn Hall show, which by the way I was on that show in January. Yeah, he was talking about on the Taryn Hall show. Apparently he said that he bisexual. He was smoking crack. He was doing. Are
you talking about Andrew Gillum?
No.
For meth too, though.
Kind of the same story.
For meth too, though. He was out here wilding the floor.
He was out there wilding too. He was out there.
Marion Barry.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
My Google game is swift.
But yeah.
The point is, look out for these Republicans trying to be copycats of Trump, because then we never gonna get rid of this shit. It's becoming a plague of America. That's my freaking point. That terrifies me.
This is
I want you to understand.
Hold on. Imagine Trump again running again versus Kanye versus Biden. Like a triple strap match. Like a triple strap match for the
I'm
title.
not voting in that.
That's creepy, son. That's creepy.
I'm not voting in that. I learned.
Going for Kanye. We cannot do worse.
2024, yo.
I think all this experience, I think all this experience that people have in politics is the problem. You're in politics long enough, somebody gonna get something on you, you're gonna make a deal, blah, 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 all this stuff is gonna happen, then you're gonna be beholden to stuff that goes against what your constituents wanted. And all these backroom deals, like all these people, they may seem upset with each other.
If you're a public figure, right, you're more susceptible to that because all somebody got to do is Google your ass and find mad shit. You feel me?
Right.
At least with the politics shit, you can like gloss it over a little bit. They got experience to gloss it over. We kept finding shit about Donald Trump like every fucking week, bro.
Facts.
Every week is something.
Listen,
if it ain't him sexual,
all that experience, it just lends you to weird shit.
I'm gonna say that I learned from this election that period, do not overestimate Americans' integrity. I feel like the democracy thing is kind of smoke and mirrors. It's more an ideal, a mirage. I think that ultimately we got a dictatorship for the past 4 years, and you can think that Americans are here for liberty, pursuit of happiness or whatever, but this election just showed you that half the country actually want this man to stay where he's at, and that's very disappointing. That's what I get for overestimating, Americans and their morals. To be honest, I don't want to sound cynical, but it is what it is.
I feel like this election kind of showed me that literally every fucking vote count, bro. Nobody can never tell me again that a vote don't count, because you got people counting in Philly right now, literally trying to count these votes, and the shit is about to be decided by less than, by about 10,000 votes, if that, you know what I'm saying? So nobody could ever tell me with a straight face that, one vote ain't gonna make a difference. And one vote singularly might not make a difference, but you amplify that by a country of like 150 million people, and you tell me that 10,000 votes, you tell me you lose anything. Like if Mally, you lose the award for best rapper, in the country, and everybody in this bitch voted, and you lost by 8,000 votes. Wouldn't that shit piss you off?
It would. But let me counter that, right? Because this election taught me that, nah, it really don't matter. They put two people in front of us, and I haven't heard us be able to say one truly outstanding great thing about either of the candidates that they've been pushing at us and making us seem like we have a choice. Like if the reason you're picking somebody or choosing a candidate is just because he's simply not worse than the other candidate, but everybody's pushing this as the ultimate choice, there's a problem with the democracy. That's what this has shown me. It has also shown me that it's also shown me the power of propaganda media. People are voting for and against people based on what they actually think that the people stand for versus what the people actually do or don't stand for, who the people are or who they're not, right? We have track records on these two people that honestly, neither one of them should be anywhere near the presidency. Neither one of them. Neither one of them. Yet, with that full knowledge, and it's not lost on most people, with that full knowledge, you're like, well, I gotta vote for somebody. Might as well vote for the less orange guy.
My thing is this, right?
I think the power of the free world should fall into the hands of the less orange guy.
I ain't gonna hold you though. My thing is this, and this goes back to what I said at the tippy top. And I might end up just closing this out in a bowl whenever Ken decides to close this out.
Right.
Here's my thing. If you voted for the less orange guy, that's one thing, you know? If you voted for the more orange guy, that's another thing. If you voted for the rapper guy, that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with going out to do that because that's your views. The views that you might have, Alvin, Magna, Roddy, when you listen, is that, you know, we go out here to make these go out and do this whole voting thing, hopefully, because you want to vote for somebody you feel that's going to put your family in the best possible position that they could be in, you know? And they go out and they do that shit. And honestly, I feel like that's the one thing that can actually bring us together. The fact that we actually go out and vote. Because that's one thing we got in common with a racist podcast. If they are, you know, the fact that they went out and voted. Now, they might have voted for their person, whoever they felt like they resonate with them. And we might have did the same thing here. But the one thing I can't say about us that actually united us and brought us here today is the fact that we did go out there and do that. And I can say that this is the one thing that did bring us together. And I hope, and it probably might not happen today, and I'm not thinking it might not even happen in 4 years, but I hope that we can take this situation as a moment and use that as a building block to try to find some sort of togetherness, because right now we're more divided than you could ever imagine. But if we could, if it's even if it's something as small as doing this podcast here, you know, us four could have been at any other point and doing something else. But we're here doing this podcast, you know what I'm saying, together. And that gotta be the theme going forward. If we're gonna have to get through this shit, we're gonna have to get through this shit together and ride out. And when 2024 comes, we figure how we gonna fix this shit again. But no matter who wins what, you know, Kanye might got another 50,000 votes somewhere in Wisconsin. But, you know, no matter who wins what, the end of the day, we got to come up through this motherfucker together. And that's all it is, honestly. So, Ken, let's close this out real quick, man.
All right, so, you know, before we go, still no president. So the end results is still 264 to 214. Yeah, I guess we find out maybe tomorrow, maybe this weekend, maybe next week.
North Carolina said that they're not giving a count out to November 12th. So
yeah, I heard next week. Yeah, I see. That in Nevada. I heard they both is like
Nevada said they
day.
going
Nevada.
to sit there and do some. They're going to bet on the Buccaneers this weekend. They're going to bet on the Giants this weekend. So they do that. They're going to come back and count the rest of it. So
Yeah.
Shout out to Nevada.
Yeah, shout out to Nevada.
I'm
And
out
on that note,
third. Check me.
we're gonna end it there. Yeah, you already know it's your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman. Follow me, Ken underscore Mr. Gentleman. You know, Mr. Gentleman like the podcast each and every Sunday. You know, yeah, check me out. Y'all need Forex, y'all need to learn about Forex, hit me up. Go in, y'all, go in. Yeah, once again, thank y'all to Magna for coming back to the show, by the way. Of course, you'll come back one more time, of course, you know, Miss Mademoiselle. Okay, do your thing, y'all, do your thing.
Learn to say the name right.
I tell y'all every week, before you come and follow me, first of all, you need to support your local Black businesses, or if your friend got a business, support them. You can support my Black-owned business, Shop by Sands. I can shoot your events or do private shoots. Hit me up on that Instagram as well. Or you can just simply support the Premier Boys podcast because we're on our own shit. After you do that, you can follow me at Aaron Sands Premier. That's AARONSANDSPREMIERE.
Shout out to Sam's hat, bro, yo. It was moving around the whole episode. Shout out to his hat. Long live the chief. Go in.
Trust me.
Listen, hold on. Got a special one for y'all today.
CM Punk. CM Punk. Okay, that makes sense. Makes sense. Here's the CM Punk the Premier podcast. He come
Best
every
in the world. Long live the chief. All I want to say is you can't change the world unless you change yourself. So unless you're willing to think for yourself, don't try to think for anybody else. Right?
Change yourself.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Stole that directly from that movie.
I know
But
you
it matters. Right? A shout out to all my people on Mount Hakure. You know, listen, follow me. Follow me. They call me Mally Mal. Not gonna tell y'all how to spell they call on me because I think that's insulting. Right? But I'm gonna give you Mally Mal. MALIMAL. You know, once again, long live the chief. And the chief don't run, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, shout out to his blood mega scarf on his head.
my cap for the guy.
Oh yeah, Make America
Brown Sugar
University
University.
brown hat. Yeah,
Brown.
shout out.
Make America brown again.
Make America go brown again. Yeah. I do your thing, girl.
What?
Do your thing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna close out with my IG handle, Mademoiselle_M, MADEMOIZELLE_M. That's Magna. And shout out to my Haitians once again. Thanks to everyone who brought me on this podcast. I'm glad that I could share this show with you and we could talk about, you know, where this country is going. I also want to say diversity is important. And I want to make sure that you all understand the importance of diversity in your government. That's how we make change. So please, let's encourage education because that's how we get leaders who look like us.
Nice.
Also, completely unrelated, I just want to give a shout out to my new Canadian followers. What's good, y'all? You know, I was but y'all all the same. Like,
Oh gosh.
Listen.
Anyway, yeah.
Guys, let's leave Ice Cube alone.
And also, you know, follow Roddy. Roddy
DJ Retro.
DJ Retro. He apparently he's not here. He should be at work, but
catch you next, bro. We won't talk about that.
Boy, Retro is RIB, resting in bed, baby.
he should be
out here getting
He should be UIP up in podcast. So yeah. But shout out to Magnum for him to being a guest host, taking the spot for today.
Check us out next week when we talk about our Nightlife Chronicles, where we have
this bartender named Tati. She coming on the show. We worked with her a few times, so she'll be on the show for the Nightlife Chronicles.
You gotta sell it though, bro. Got this incredible.
We got a special guest.
We got this incredible.
We got a special guest.
You know what it is. We out here getting it. You know.
Yeah, and
podcast, what up?
Yeah, also, Miss Madam Mazel will be back. We're going to bring her back for the show one more time on the Boy versus Girl episode. We're going to talk more about that. We're going to talk more about that.
Tell a preview.
Yeah, you're going to be back. And also, I need you for the old school show on my show. We're going to talk about that too off screen. But yeah. So, you know, it's your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman.
This Aaron Sands, no face, no case Sands.
Long live the chief.
Range niggas born with the game, but long live the chief.
And this is the one and only the Chief, Melly Mal, signing off.
And of course we got that, and we got the guest host, Miss Madam Mazel. See, yeah. And we out. And we out. Song of the day.
Do the right thing by Ludacris. Please, guys, no matter what happens, always
yeah.
Right.
This was a group choice, by the way. All right, we out.
Shout out to Luda.
So dangerous, YPG, dangerous, dangerous.